Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all make sure you go sub up to my man Heavy Bag Boxing, man.
Get your dumb ass in, hit this bag.
The Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all just go ahead and subscribe to Heavy Bag Boxing TV because he be lit on his channel.
And Heavy Bag Boxing.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Yo, shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV. That's my little bro.
Prince Strength 412 in the building. Shout out to my guy T.O. Heavy Bag Boxing TV. Get your bitch ass in here and hit this bag.
Heavy Bag Boxing, all right? You heard it from me. You heard it here first.
Heavy Bags Boxing. Straight out of Norfolk, baby. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? Shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
You are tuned in to Heavy Bag Boxing. Get your and hit.
Shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing. It's the one and only Blair the Flair. Woo!
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Zach, Super Judah, 6-time champion world. I'm giving a big shout out to my home team, Heavy Bag TV. You heard? Keep it live.
This is Showtime Sean Porter. You are watching Heavy Bag Boxing.
Yo, that's crazy work.
Oh, man.
Now that's diabolical.
What up, YouTube? Pick to your Heavy Bag TV. Man, if you don't get your goofy ass in here and hit the bag. Oh, man, listen. Today, your boy Tank Davis straight crashed out, bro. Tank done crashed out all the way out. And I feel like it was completely unnecessary, but goddamn if it don't make for an entertaining day when you twittering and tweeting and doing all the little bullshit you normally doing. But I gotta admit, I did not know that Tank had this kind of hate in his blood, bro. I didn't. I did not know that Tank was a part of the player haters ball.
Oh man, hey.
I ain't know Tank had it in him, bro, because you know I'm used to seeing people hating on Tank to an extent. You know, a lot of it be, you know, some facts, but some might just be pure hate. But for Tank to come out today and make some of the statements that he made today, I was shocked, bro. And of course, you know, if you know this channel, you know I've been a Tank supporter, been a big fan of Tank Davis, and I have defended a lot of things about Tank Davis in the past for sure. But today, and of course, it's going to be one of the talking points for this particular one, or this particular live, is the fact that it appears that Tank is mad, bro. And I'm trying to figure out what Tank got to be mad about.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What's up with all the hate? I can't for the life of it put a finger on it. Shout out to the chat, man. DJ Bruce, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more in the chat, man. What up, y'all? I appreciate you. Hit that, smash that like button for your boy. I truly appreciate you. The link is in the chat, man, just in case cats want to hang out with me. I will be having a special guest that should be joining me in maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And shout out to special guest, always keeping it real. He's been here before. You probably know who I'm talking about. But he's going to sit down and talk a little bit of boxing with me. And he's got something big he's got coming up as well. If you want to hang around, definitely hang around for that interview / hangout session. But for Tank Davis, man, it's just rubbing me the wrong way, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, a big fan of Tank Davis, so it's a certain light I never want to see him in. I always want to see the young fella winning. I want to see him pushing himself to be great. I want to see him, you know what I mean, you know, do great things in the sport, get his bread, take care of his family. again, if you support Tank Davis, more than likely you can relate to that struggle. You can relate to his background. You excited for him. You want to see him win. You want to see him win, and not just in the ring, but just in life, period. But when you make statements like you did today, right? When you shitting on these other fighters who hasn't been as fortunate as you in the sport of boxing, because let's make no mistake about it, Tank Davis has been an attraction in the sport of boxing for a very long time. I can't think of the very first pay-per-view event that Tank Davis headlined, but that was years ago now, right? We talking at least somewhere between maybe 6 or 7 years ago, 5 to 7 years ago. Tank headlined his first pay-per-view, if I ain't mistaken. If you fact check me on that, but he's been a pay-per-view attraction for years now. And to have these negative comments about these other guys who hasn't been as fortunate to line up and do good business with Turkey Al Sheikh in order to feed their families, to make the best moves that they believe is best for them and their family, I think is absurd. No matter how much truth of the matter is. Of course we know all of those guys don't sell like you, bro. I feel like at this point you trying to rub it in niggas' faces. We know they don't sell like you. But what's wrong with them chasing their own bags? Right? If I have a successful business, I'm never going to shit on a dude who's not doing the kind of business that I'm doing. Stay on your grind. You make the moves you feel like you need to make in order to be successful. And that's all those guys are doing in Riyadh. Whether you want to call it lining up, kissing the ring, bending the knee, whatever y'all want to call it, they're doing what they feel is best for business, bro. At the end of the day, they prize fighters and they want to earn a nice bag too. And if Turk is giving out the bags, nigga, you line up. But to be disrespectful in the manner that he did, because if you go back and you read it, and I'll read it for you guys if you missed it. Oh, you know what? I don't have it on hand. But he basically called all of them dick eaters. That's disrespectful, bro. He called everybody that was in that picture with Turk at the Ring Magazine Awards dick eaters for trying their best to make the right business move for themselves and their family. Come on, bruh. That's crazy work. Shout out my guy Kangaroo in the chat, man. Good to see you, my brethren. DJ in the chat. What up? And I promise you guys, if you subscribe and you get in the chat, I'll try and take my time and read the chat. But I just think that was petty, bro. That was extremely petty. I thought it was uncalled for. And it makes you seem like you mad, jealous, or bothered, or maybe a combination of all of them, right? Because you got to fight with Lamont Roach that nobody's talking about. Now, granted, it appears that the fight is close to being sold out. It looks like it's about 65% sold out, and it's still got a month and a half to go. But nobody's talking about this fight. Nobody truly really cares about this fight. The only people that's going to really enjoy this fight, I believe, is the people that's going to be in attendance. I don't think it's going to do great pay-per-view numbers. And maybe this is a stunt from Tank Davis to try and steal some of the shine because he is that popular and he can do that. Whatever he does makes headlines at the end of the day, and that's cool. But at some point, you got to have you know what I'm saying? You got to be cool about this shit, bro. You can't diss niggas for trying to get a bag. That's the name of the game in the sport of boxing. So why shit on them? And shout out to Bud, man, because I feel like everybody should have had something to say about the remarks or the statement and comments of Tank Davis. But Bud Crawford, it appears the only one that really had the balls to say, yo, you know what I mean? Why you mad for? And again, that's exactly how it looks. It just looks like he's mad. I would love to know what possessed Tank to see that picture, get on the internet and talk shit about these guys who are minding their business and celebrating their achievements, something you don't care nothing about. Those guys are at the Ring Magazine Awards, mingling, celebrating achievements, legacies, and unifications and lineal shit that Tank knows nothing about. But he tweets out that why they didn't invite everybody. Nigga, if they did invite you, why would you even go? You don't give a fuck about none of that. Tank don't care about none of that, and he's let us know on several occasions, and he's displayed the behavior of somebody who doesn't care about none of that. So why would you get on the internet and rant about it? That shit makes 0 sense. The only thing I can chalk it up to is the hate.
Oh man, hate.
Whole lot of hate and frustration, nigga. The nigga seemed frustrated about it. Like, man, I ain't getting no shine. I suppose I should be getting an award. Nigga, for what?
You are a hater.
You a hater, my guy. I never thought I'd be calling Tank a hater, because normally you kind of defending niggas from hating on Tank. Because at the end of the day, you got to respect how he feels about legacy, about belts, about the boxing game, period. It rubs a lot of people the wrong way, because as fans, we always want to see the best fighting the best. We always want athletes to be taking the biggest risk, doing the best fights possible. And that hasn't been the case for Tank. And that's okay, because that's what he wants to do, and you have to respect it. So I get on anybody who is hating on him about how he want to move. But you can't come out of left field and be mad at these niggas because they're not as fortunate as you and trying to make fights, bro, and get a bag. That's crazy. Real quick, let me get in the chat, man. Make sure you smash that like button. I promise you, subscribe to the channel, get in the chat. I'll take my time and try to get to you. Shout out Kangaroo in the chat. He say Tank wanting 2 Ferraris, but in all honesty, he's only worth 2 used Hondas. God damn, Boxing Kangaroo. I feel you on that, bro. At work listening. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for listening at work, man. So hopefully we can get you through your work day or night over there. Shout out all my Aussies. He said, Heavy. DJ in the chat, he said, Heavy, I already give you my thoughts on all this earlier. The reality check has just hit Tank. Facts, DJ. He did put a great explanation in the chat. You did that, brother. Boxing Kangaroo in the chat, he said, Lamont, a killer, man. Sorry, I couldn't even type that without laughing. Right? Yeah, man. I mean, it's Lamont. It's Lamont fucking Roach.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lamont Roach. Kangaroo in the chat, he said, Tank even dissing Bud's wife, bro. At least Bud ain't got shit on his tooth, bro. What? See, I ain't even seen that. So this must be new tweets out. I seen the latest tweet where Tank says he'll make Crawford look little. Right? He said, I'll make you look little, because he called Tank Davis little guy. So, and look, we went down this road before, man. I don't even know why Tank talking tough like he would even attempt to fight Bud Crawford. And what makes it more interesting is it's almost equivalent to what Bud is trying to do with Canelo, right? Basically moving up from welterweight, being that he only has one fight at 54. To me, it's still kind of a welterweight going to 68. And for Tank to be at 35 going to 47 to potentially fight Bud Crawford, I bet you Bud Crawford wouldn't mind going to 47 one more time for a crack at Tank Davis ass. But Tank ain't, he just talking. Believe me when I tell you, Tank just talking for sure. Oh, my guy Cooking with Sir Senior in the chat. He say facts. He just wants to complain. That's it, bro. That's all Tank doing is complaining, man. He's stealing headlines with his complaints is what he's doing because he's so popular. And I'm not mad at that, right? You've earned your popularity and you get to use it in any kind of diabolical way that you see fit. But it's also making you look like just a big asshole, bro. Right? To you know what I mean, talk about these guys who are basically doing the same thing you're doing. And to disrespect them. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, if somebody did the same thing to him, it'd be a big problem. Calling him a dick eater for rocking out with Al for so long and he been getting raped. And listen, real quick, let me say this, because I said this on one of my videos. I don't know how many of y'all check out Google and sometimes you might be interested to see how much somebody's worth, and you go and you look up their net worth, right? And such might be worth 5 million. This other guy might be worth 6 million, 10 million. Tank Davis has been a pay-per-view attraction for years now. I think that's safe to say. It's been years, over half a decade for sure. It lists him at $10 million. $18 million. It lists Ryan Garcia up to $20 million. Now, even though you got way more pay-per-view appearances and all of this other shit over Bud Crawford, Google's saying that he's worth more. And I'm not saying that Google number is accurate. Everybody knows Google's number is not accurate. But they have a team that goes out there and they research your ass. All of the assets and the business endeavors that is affiliated with your name, right? And they gather all of this information to give the people some sort of an idea how much you're worth. Now, unless Tank has 50 or 60 million dollars out there in cash like a dumbass, because that would be dumb, right? If you had 40, 50, 60 million dollars, you wouldn't want it in cash, right? Any smart person wouldn't want it in cash. Because if it's in cash, you at risk for a lot of things. Theft, some type of damage, it could be a fire, it could be anything. Anything can happen with cash. So you got to make sure you put that up. Now, if you got a couple million and that's your show money, cool, right? That's what young niggas getting money like to do. They fan it out and you got stacks here, stacks there, cool. But if you got more than that in cash, you're a fucking idiot, right? So unless he's just a fucking idiot and got 40, 50, 60 million dollars in cash somewhere, I'm inclined to believe Google has it about right, what you're worth, give or take 2 to 5 million. So, bro, you've been a pay-per-view attraction longer than all these niggas. And you mean to tell me that on paper they worth more? You've been getting raped. You've been getting raped. So when you go down that lane talking about the money, which he did a little bit earlier, that's crazy, man. You ain't really got a leg to stand on. Real quick, let me bring my guy DJ up in the chat. What up, DJ? My Aussie brother from down under. How do you
Hey, there you going, Heavy?
Oh, right.
Let me lead with this, and we'll circle back around. In your mind, what's a good fight by way of pay-per-view numbers? Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? 500,000? What? What does success look like in this day and age for you? Round figure.
It depends on what the purse is. It depends on what you're paying the fighters, right? So if you're paying the fighters, let's just say it's a $5-6 million purse, and you're doing 250,000-300,000 pay-per-view buys. I think that's very successful.
All right. So in amongst all of this conversation, numbers have come out. Now, I don't want to stand 10 toes down and say that those numbers are correct, but Tank hasn't done since the Ryan Garcia fight. The first fight after that was 275, and the rest have averaged 200 pay-per-views, 200,000 pay-per-views. Yeah. Right? So 200 pay-per-views by $80, $16 million. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Minus the production fees, minus the broadcasting fees, minus PBC's cut, minus Tom Brown's cut, minus TMT's cut, minus your trainers, blah, 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 blah. And paying the undercard, all those sorts of things. Right? What goes hand in hand with that is Bud was a minimum of $3 million for his last few fights at Top Rank. Reports suggest that he got $10 million for the Avanesian fight. God knows what he got for the Spence fight. He'd have got a packet there. Yep. Turkey Al Sheik's bag, whatever that was, for the Madrimore fight, and whatever it might be for a Canelo fight, right?
Yeah. I think we're thinking probably north of 30 million for Canelo.
Well, regardless of the number, is that the number to me looks like that Terence Crawford's got less hands in the pies of who he's got to pay out along the way, right? Whether it's getting part of the front end, the back end, all those sorts of things. But the hypocrisy in this is to say that it's not about the money. Because to your point, if it was about the money, it shouldn't matter who your employer for that fight is. It should be just about who's about to actually pay you the most for your services.
Absolutely.
Whether it be 30 minutes work or 36 minutes work, right? So it contradicts itself to say that everyone's only out there for the payday, right? So if you're not out there for the payday, stop talking about money, because you're also not in it for the legacy, right?
Absolutely.
So which is it? And to complain about not getting an invite to go to England, your current legal situation doesn't allow you to travel across there anyway. What are you whinging about? Even if you got the invite, you weren't allowed to leave the country or the state or whatever your current restrictions are.
Yeah, he would have had to get permission. He would have had to get permission like he did, because I think he went for the Olympics. They allowed him to go. So he would have had to get permission.
Yeah. So for me, it just looks like that Tank's realising, or his team are realising now, that they're not the biggest prize in boxing in and around that division. They have been. Everyone says they want the bag, they go and fight Tank. With a 130, 135, 140, it was the biggest payday, right?
Yep.
That's simply just not the case anymore. So Tank's lost his leverage at the negotiation table for splits and overall total fight remuneration, like how much you're going to earn from that fight, because they can get that. The Shakurs and the Keyshawn Davis and the Ryan Garcias and whoever else you want to list on that list, they can actually get the same, if not more money, going across there under Matchroom or the Zone with the turkey bag on Riyadh season. More so is it's normally a 2-fight deal that actually doesn't lock you in, right? After that 2-fight deal, you're still not locked in forever in a day. You can go and fight under someone else's promotion. So it's a win-win. And I'm sure if Tank had stopped and thought about it and said, well, instead of being a little bit over the top and going for 150 million, you're not Canelo, right? You're just not.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Riyadh season would have come across to Vegas to put that fight on, whoever that fight was against, whether it was a Shakur or Keyshawn or whoever else. So really, for me, it just looks like a realisation to say, well, I used to be able to sit at the top of the tree based on pay-per-view numbers and earning the dollars, and now I'm not at the top of the tree, and everyone else has got equal or better options.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But we also do know, in amongst the background too, is how restricted is he with PBC? You know, those hour contracts don't allow you to just do what you want if you want.
Knowing the PBC and knowing Al Heyman, they always got a string to tug on. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that may have to do with another reason why he's kind of lashing out, because there are some forms of restriction there for him. Because even if he was invited, I'm not even sure he would have been allowed to go. You know what I'm saying? That type of situation that Tank could potentially be in.
Well, I'm not talking about the actual awards. I'm talking about actually fighting on a co-promotion that would be PBC /
No, I'm saying that that encompasses everything. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on the language of these contracts, you might not be able to do any goddamn thing without our permission. You know what I mean? Because you're a commodity basically for the PBC. Right?
Well, you might be the last remaining cash cow too.
Oh yeah, oh that's no doubt about it.
So you know, and the cracks were starting to actually widen before this actual awards night. If you remember, that Tank was showing a little bit of disgruntlement with the way he was being promoted and treated. You know, in inverted commas, the face of boxing. Why aren't I getting treated that way?
Yeah.
And we saw the press conference that was in a gymnasium somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
Howard University. Yeah.
You know, and did PBC need to put the Benavidez Morrell fight on to actually earn some cash to pay for Tank's guarantee come March 1st? You know, when you start joining some of these dots, you go, well, is Tank kind of partially a victim now of where he signed into and contracted to be? They're not prepared to let him. They're not prepared to let him go because he is the cash cow, but they're not prepared to give him the flexibility. And you would say that from a business perspective, that it wouldn't matter if Tank went and fought on a co-promotion because PBC get their cut of it anyway.
Yeah. But you know, I think it's just a show of power too, as well, to say, hey, nah, you know, we ain't even doing that. So, but yeah, excellent points, DJ. You're absolutely right. And I also even feel like this retirement has a lot to do with the business that's behind the scene with the PBC, between the PBC and Gervonta Tank Davis. I also believe it has a lot to do with the way he's handling this situation here, because when you really look at it, it was uncalled for. It was unwarranted, right? These guys are over there having a great time, it appears. It's a gala. Everybody's dressed up. They look nice. They're winning awards. They're supporting one another. They are celebrating the sport, a sport, mind you, that just falls in the shadows of all of the other major sports in the U.S., right? So these guys are getting their shine, and it's glorious moments, in my opinion. I believe, like, I've been happy for those guys to be able to gather and celebrate in that fashion, and for Tank to just kind of out of left field shit on the whole thing and call these guys out of their names, call them a bunch of dick eaters for trying to do the best thing possible for their careers, for their families. You can see which way boxing is leaning towards. Again, I try to equate it to, if it was you, DJ, and you are a huge boxing fan, you win the mega millions tomorrow for $50 billion. Now you're just like mega rich and you're extremely interested in the sport and you have the means and you want to help the sport, right? You want to clean up the heavyweight division like the Turk has just recently done in a year, right? You want to implement your thoughts and you're able to do so. You have the means to do so. Who could be mad about that? Who could be mad at a fan with some money trying to make the best fights?
Well, change is a big thing for most people. Doesn't matter whether it's at work or at home or in a lifestyle. If they've got to change, get out of their routine.
Like, how much change is it? What's the change?
It's changing because
it's just you getting fights that you normally wouldn't get. It's a little faster, basically.
But just let me. The changes in the power broker, right? The old days of keeping things in house and still generating money and keeping your pay-per-views and your fan base has changed, because now you've actually got competition. You can go across, instead of actually sticking to Amazon Prime or what was Showtime, right? Now you can go across to DAZN and get the product as a fan that you've been looking for, outside of the big re-ad seasons and those sorts of things. You can watch every Friday night, your time, not mine. Every Friday night you can watch boxing on DAZN, right? Once they get past this first pretty much competition with NFL while the playoffs are on. But for the rest of the year, you'll be able to watch every Friday night a card on DAZN. So as a fan, you're getting a staple. Some of those fights are going to be good, but these are all free, right? You're seeing prospects, you're seeing contenders, you're seeing them in all sorts of different countries all over the world. So when you ask me as a fan, why am I hating on it? I'm not as a fan, but the backlash seems to be because there's now genuine competition for where the fans want to go and spend their money, because they don't want to spend it everywhere on everyone. They actually want to spend it where it's best invested for them.
Right. And then, that definitely depends on the individual fans, but you're absolutely right. And my whole thing is, why does that bother Tank as a fighter?
Because for any number of reasons,
it doesn't make him a difference one way or the other.
Well, it does, because what he can do. Well, I look at it this way. If nothing had changed over the last 12 months and the influence of Turki Al-Sheikh and his financial backing, if nothing had changed, you're still going to have that piss and match or that argument about crossing the road. No, Matchroom aren't going to work with Golden Boy aren't going to work with PBC aren't going to work with Queen Street, that old crossing the road sort of mentality, right? And from a Tank perspective, you got to sit and dictate terms. You got to say, okay, Shakur, if we're going to fight, we're going to do a 80-20 split, right? Because if you want the biggest bag to fight me, Shakur, let's think 18 months ago, not right this second. If you want to fight me and it's a risky fight, we'll call it on paper, or a higher risk fight for me, it's an 80-20 split. Shakur would have to suck that up, and that 20% was probably still a better payday for Shakur 18 months ago, as an example, right, than what it would have been if Shakur had fought somebody else. It still would have been worth more money, that 20%. Now, from a business perspective, fast forward 12 months or 18 months to now, Shakur doesn't actually have to accept that 20%. He can go and actually accept 40% split of a much bigger purse, right, against a Floyd Schofield on a turkey bag. So if you put the numbers down with the change of influence and change of backing and financial backing, is the only option 18 months ago to get a $1.5, $2, $3, $4 million payday was Tank, right? But now that's not the case.
Right. But with that example, when it comes to Tank Davis, any of the opponents that he's picking have nothing to do with the Turk. When you look at his resume, outside of Ryan Garcia now, in fast forward 12 months to right now, it's not like he's trying to fight anybody who's dealing with the Turk. You know what I'm saying? So, again, it doesn't really bother him one way or another.
But the key is that he could have got those fights on his terms if he wanted them, when and if he wanted them. Now he can't get those fights.
That boat has sailed.
Exactly. So when you're actually sitting in the king's chair, looking down on everything that Tank was used to be doing, right, and going, no, yes, no, yes, no, I'll fight that one, right? Now, the fight that he might have been entertaining in, he's lost his ultimate control over that negotiation and those dollars, because that same person can get the same, if not better, over on a turkey card. So now I believe that his potential challengers, right, are probably looking across the road over into the Turkey Street rather into PBC and Tank Street.
Oh, well, yeah. Of course. Shakur said it best in his most recent interview at the Ring Magazine Awards. You know, he said he didn't need Tank, right? And he didn't care if Tank retired or whatever the case may be. He said it's a misconception that he needs Tank and that he doesn't need Tank. But that's great for boxing at the end of the day, right?
It's great for boxing, but it's not great for Tank, is my point.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. I understand the point that you're making for sure. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, Tank ain't trying to fight these guys anyway, so it doesn't even really concern him. Now, I guess the thought of him maybe wanting to fight one of these guys, which I'm still not convinced that he really wants to do, because again, at 30 years old, 30-0 with 28 knockouts. You haven't knocked on any of these doors. You haven't tried to unify. You haven't tried to do anything. It's hard for me to believe that's what you want to do now, right? I'm just saying. It's hard for me to believe that you're not just going to continue to do what you've been doing for years now. Well, but I definitely understand what you're saying. Just the thought of him not having a certain type of control of a situation, or actually being the A side with real leverage, could potentially be bothering him. And maybe he's that full of himself and vain, and that's how he feels. Yeah, there's a good possibility there.
Well, and in my mind, the retirement call might have backfired on him. If he sat in front of us, now whether that's a different discussion in itself, but let's, for the sake of argument, say that it's genuine. Tank's got 2 more fights after this one this year before he retires, right?
Hold that thought real quick, DJ. I got my guy coming on, that special guest I was telling you guys about, and it's going to be an interview / kind of hangout session. He likes to hang out for a little bit. Let's give a warm welcome for my guy, Mr. Brian Norman.
What's up, dog? Can you hear me?
Senior. What's happening, boss?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Mike is good over here. I hear you just fine over here. Okay, we lost him. He'll get back with us in a minute. I think he's out in his car and he's having some technical difficulties. But great point, DJ, man. I just feel like, hold on, here he comes. There you go, boss. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
I can't hear nothing. Hold on.
You ain't on your Bluetooth. Might be on your Bluetooth. Might be on you. Let me text him real quick. All right, let's see if we got him back. There you go.
You hear me now?
I hear you just fine. Can you hear me? I hear you.
Hold up, bro. I ain't on no Bluetooth.
Ain't on the Bluetooth. Oh, the settings. You might have to get the settings.
You hear me now?
I hear you. I hear you.
Shit.
The settings. Sorry about that, y'all. You got to check them audio settings. Brian Norman Sr. trying to come in here, man, and join the conversation. For those of you who don't know, he's got a huge fight coming up against Greg Hackett on February 25th. All right, let's see if I can get him in here.
I got you now. I got you.
You got me?
I got you. What's up, man? What's going
Hey, my daughter be getting on me about that old man shit.
You know how it is, man.
That's that old man shit. That's all. You know, when it comes to us in technology,
right.
we trying to figure that shit out.
Right. Hey, look, I had to put my glasses on.
Where you feel? Hey, why you bullshitting? Hey, man, real quick, let me just say thank you for always standing on your words, man, and rocking with your boy, man, and rocking out with me. Thank you for coming back, bro.
All day, man. I appreciate you for having me, dog.
For sure. And listen, for my audience, man, those who rock with me, we gotta inform them. Of course, it's all over the internet, it's all over everywhere. You got a fight date. It's coming up. Matter of fact, they done updated it on BoxRec, nigga.
It's official. It's official. I don't know why people think I'm playing. I ain't playing.
Right. I say, man,
I'm not playing.
He is not playing.
I'm not playing, man. You got folks talking about, see, you gonna pull out the fight. He gonna, bro. This man. Everything. Look, man. I'm on a mission. And it ain't even a mission about this fight. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to expose all this fake shit. That's what I'm on a mission to do. I'm serious, bro. All this internet, social media, fake ass shit that everybody be doing and saying, and just all of it, bro. I'm on a mission for all of that. I don't do a lot of talking and faking. When I say some shit, that's what it is. You gonna know that. My boy Mark Nash gonna know that. Anybody that know me and that rock with me, they know that's what it is. Like, nigga, ain't no fake ass shit around here. And these boys just so fake. Like, I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know with the Philly shit how they rock. I didn't know that, brother. Some of them boys.
Real quick, senior. Real quick. For those that don't know, let them know how this whole thing took place, like how it transpired. How did we get to this point where we got Brian Norman Sr. versus Greg Hackett?
Well, you can go. It started with an interview on Mill City Boxing. Shout out to Mill City.
Yeah, shout out Mill City.
Shout out to Mill City. It was an interview with me and Greg on Mill City Boxing. They went to talking that bullshit because the whole, that bullshit about V and Boots, my son and Boots, and blah, 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 blah. We wanted to fight. We've been said we wanted to fight from the very start. But, when people when people want you to be afraid, they want to make ways of why you're afraid and why you don't want to fight. I'm like, motherfucker, we telling you we do. But this is what we want. You understand what I'm saying? Because we got our own road. We got our own road to travel. So we would have been helping our Boots, getting him out of that Karen fight, which is... Anyway, so he went to talking to 1.7 million and why y'all didn't accept this and why y'all didn't accept. I said, listen to me, man. You have to weigh your pros, your cons, and look at what you're doing. And I was just like, first of all, the whole fight was bullshit. The fight would have never happened. So I don't know if you know that by now. I don't know how many people know that by now. Daryl Peoples of the IBF said when we were negotiating that fight, Eddie Hearn was not negotiating that fight in good faith. That fight could never happen anyway. That's why he told Boots we turned it down. That's why he told Boots all the champions turned it down. That's why that whole situation even started. That's why they was right up on it. That's why they offered what's his name? Charles Conwell $350,000. That's why they dropped the purse bid on the Karen fight. Eddie wasn't trying to do shit. All of this shit started because because Boots wasn't trying to go with what Eddie wanted. I mean, it's plain to see.
It came out.
It's plain, but people not hearing it though. They're not hearing. They're not comprehending. They don't want to understand it because they want to go back to, y'all scared, y'all duck. No, the fuck we didn't. We want to fight the nigga, and we go fight him. We go fight him next. If that's what if he willing to stand on what he say. Again, my whole start was I'm on a mission to expose all this fake shit. This fake ass Greg Hackett shit, and he's a great trainer. I don't know what kind of trainer he is, but I know damn well he ain't a great fighter.
Word.
I know damn well you ain't gonna tell me he just like to fight. And the only reason he do this because, okay, cool. So now he went to saying his excuse for why he lose so many motherfucking fights is because he don't never get no training camp and he don't train. Well, cool. Nigga, I got 13 years off. You just had a fight. So it should be no excuse when I whoop your ass, right? Because I will whip his ass, and it should be no excuse. There's absolutely nothing that man can do to fuck with me. Nothing.
Absolutely. Let them know the date, man. Give them all of the details about the fight.
February 15th, BLK Prime Boxing. I forgot this. You asked me how did it take place, and I always get mixed up like that. It started on Mill City, then it transpired over to Coach Malachi and True Media Podcast. He was talking about it, and talking about the boxing dads and shit like that with Tim Bradley with his fuck ass, because that's who I want first. I mean, that's who I want next. I wanted Tim Bradley in the first place, but that's who I want. Well, so he was talking about all of that, and Desmond took interest to the whole thing, and I agree with it. I mean, it's about entertainment. Everybody want to be entertained. I mean, you can take a Greg Hackett with a record that he got and make a good big name for himself and have people believing in him. And he gonna knock Senior out, and he gonna like, okay, that's gonna be a good one to see. But you got these people you can create and be what you want to be on this fucking social media and the internet shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with that. This is a great opportunity for anybody that wants, to actually do what they want to do. And that's what Desmond is giving us opportunity to put up a shut up. To put up a shut up. And I'm going to make his ass put up a shut up.
Damn right. So tell us about the training camp, man. Your first time back in training camp in 13 years. You've been out the ring since 2011, right? If I'm not mistaken.
2011.
Yep. Now you back in training camp, man. That's got to be mind blowing for you, man. How you feeling?
It's more than mind blowing. I feel great. First of all, let me say that I feel great. I feel great, but I'm gonna say it's definitely the task is just getting me there. Like I was now real shit. I'm a realist. Yeah. I'm a realist. You know me. You know that I'm a realist. I'm gonna tell your motherfucking ass the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Ain't no cap in my motherfucking rap. I'm gonna tell your ass the truth. So the task is getting me there. In fact, one of the main major motivations that I read one time. This is when his first guy called out. I was reading something I think on Greg Pay. You're like, Senior gonna pull out. Senior ain't gonna make it. Senior faking. He gonna fake an injury. He gonna this and hear that. When I tell you that is sizzling in my brain like motherfucking hot ass bacon with water on that bitch. You hear what I'm saying?
Nothing but motivation.
Nothing but motivation, and there's nothing that's gonna make me not fight. I would go in that motherfucker with a broken arm and fake like it's not broke, because this nigga can't beat me with one arm. He can't beat me with he can't. I'm so serious. He can't beat me with one arm.
Not in the hand. He can't fuck with you in the handicap match.
He can't fuck with me in the handicap. He can't fuck with me no matter what it is. I'm going to beat this man. There's no way.
Ask you this. You have a certified world champion on the team. Is Junior giving you some quality sparring rounds?
Sparring with Junior? Fuck no. Hell no. Nah. I just told you, mother. I just told you I'm goddamn having trouble keeping this keeping his old ass body and mind together. You want to go there? I'm going to take that kind of abuse? Hell no.
He can take it light on the old man. Keep you sharp.
I sparred. Last time I sparred B was in 2016. That motherfucker hit me so I couldn't hit him. First of all, let me say he was 15. Bad. He was 15 or 16. I couldn't hit that motherfucker, but he could hit me. That motherfucker knocked the shit out of me so goddamn hard. I'm not lying, bro. He knocked the shit out of me so hard.
Yeah.
For the next 3, I had vertigo prior to, right?
Right.
So I had some type of issues anyway. Man, the next 3, I had one of them long windows that that went like from damn near to the ceiling to the floor, right? Yeah. And it was right beside my bed. And I will be fine at the time. He didn't drop me in there, but it like sent tingles through my fucking toes and shit. Like, so then every morning when I got up, I will forget. Every morning I got up, I literally fell into the fucking window. For 3 mornings. For 3 more, I was fucked up, bro. Now that shit had me scared. Yeah.
So what you doing for sparring? You getting some sparring in though, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. I'm sparring with Tay. Yeah, and as far as that vertigo shit and all that bullshit, that's gone. I passed my old nigga test. I keep telling the people that. Okay. I passed my old nigga test. So your
physicals got to be right, nigga.
Yeah. I passed my own nigga test, you know what I'm saying? My main one that I was concerned about was my neurology test. And I'm good, bro. I'm A1. I'm A1. You know, I close my eyes, motherfucking touch noses. I can jump up and down. I can spin around. I can do all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, let me ask you this because I don't know how long you got, man. And I just, of course, I just appreciate you dropping through here.
No, I just stopped at the guy. I wasn't going to make it in time, so I just pulled over and found the spot.
I appreciate you. With Junior, man, last we heard about the hand injury. Definitely want to ask how's that going? And
there was no hand injury. There was no hand injury. That was what it was called. There was no hand injury. What happened was, which is another reason, even if that fight, whatever, wouldn't have took place, is why his November the 8th fight didn't take place. What ended up happening was he had surgery July the 29th. He was supposed to be cleared to fight by the end of September. He needed about 2 more weeks, but the doctor gave him 4 more weeks, and this is at the end of September. That would have put him in the middle of by their time it would have put him at no. My bad, dog. By their time, it would have been at the end of November. So anyway, bottom line, he couldn't spar. He couldn't do nothing else in time. So it was just that July 29th surgery wasn't completely healed yet.
Okay, so as far as recovery now, the hands already is good to go.
You know, sparred. He been good since the middle of October.
Okay, and as far as who he's got next, what's on the chopping block for Team Norman?
Same fight, the same opponent that he had November the 8th. It was Derek Cuevas, WBO number 7, title defense, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? A good tune-up fight for him.
And what card they gonna put him on?
It's March the 29th. It's March 29th. I don't know who else on the card, but I know it's March 29th and it's in Vegas.
March 29th.
Yeah. They had two. It was supposed to be 15th and the 29th, but it's gonna be March 29th in Vegas. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying that shit or not, so I don't know.
Exclusive right here.
I don't fucking know.
The Keyshawn fight is the 25th in Madison Square Garden, so it's not going to be on that card. I don't even know who.
Who you say?
Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn Davis fight on February 14th.
Yeah. He's got the Valentine's Day. Yeah, he's got the Valentine's Day date. Yeah.
Right.
MSG. So it's not that card, but it'll be a couple of weeks prior.
No, after.
Okay. A couple of weeks after. Okay, end of March.
End of March.
So you got the end of March date. Okay.
End of March date.
Same dude, Derek Cuevas. So he just held out and waited on his
Absolutely. Yeah. So and then by the time all of that went down and we tried to get that date scheduled in December, November. Not December. I mean November, but December, and of course they couldn't find a date in there to stick it in there. So they was like, y'all gotta wait. So that is what it is. The date they found to put it at. So this is what it's gonna be, and we welcome it. We welcome Derek Cuevas anyway because he's been out the ring for some time now. It will be a year in May, so almost a year. So we would like to go ahead and not get too cocky and do what we need to do and get another great performance in before we fight Boots. But we want Boots. We want Boots next after Derek Cuevas. No ifs, ands, or buts.
So that was my next question. So after Cuevas, full steam ahead.
Nobody but Boots. Nobody but Boots.
So of course we've heard the Stanionis talks with Boots. I don't know if they've confirmed that all the way yet, but it looked like that could be next. But
if that happens, that's understandable, and we gotta do what we gotta do. That's champion versus champion. We cool with that. Yeah. We don't have no beef with that, but we don't want no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give him no bullshit as opponent saying he couldn't find nobody. No, because we right here, and I done said it a million times.
Okay, for sure.
Hey, look. You want people to come in. Well, you ducked 1 point. No, what the fuck we did, fool. Fight wasn't gonna happen. Stop. You holding on to that for yourself. That's it. You holding on to that for yourself. Nobody else is listening to you. Holding to it for yourselves. All of you bootlickers in that one little pot that want to say, well, you were scared, and why didn't you? No, you're the one that's holding on to that. We were willing to fight the man. You understand what I'm saying?
Man, that shit did, man. Everybody, all the real was know what was up with that one.
Exactly. All the real was know. And it's simple as that.
Right now, I've been telling them, saying, if Stanionis get that same money, then we know what it was.
Right.
If Stanionis get that same money Because it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out what that purse is for Stanley Onis. And if he get that same money, then we really know what it is then.
Well, what they gonna do, all the bootlickers gonna do is just find reason to say, well, he's worth more money than and tell us what he's worth. That's all.
Yeah. Do that. That's all. He's got a country behind him and all of this shit.
Exactly. Hey, when they were just saying the opposite, who don't nobody know Stanionis? Don't nobody when they was just saying the opposite. But you know how I go. You know how I go. Hey man, listen.
If he got all of that behind him, then the fight shouldn't be in Philly then.
Listen, bottom line, man. Look, bottom line is I keep saying about the physicality thing. We ready. We ready on my front. We ready on his front. Be ready to fight now. We ready on my front. We ready on B front. We finna whoop some Philly ass. That's period. We finna whoop some Philly ass. I don't have. Listen to how I'm talking. I don't have no doubt. This is my face card I'm standing on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm finna fuck up Greg Hackett. After I fuck up Greg Hackett, I'm gonna point out to everybody else who really believes that Greg Hackett has a chance in hell of beating me. That's with any kind of ailment that I got. So anybody that has things that Greg have a chance in hell of beating me with any kind of ailment I got, you, sir or madam, because there's some females too, need to sit your ass down. Don't ever talk about boxing ever again in life. Leave this to the people who know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Put it in there.
Yeah, leave it. Sit down somewhere. Go see if you believe in that wolf ticket, that popcorn ass, cotton candy shit he's selling y'all. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Leave this to the big dog.
He on a world tour with it too.
Leave this to the big dog. I'm embarrassed, man.
I'm excited, man. For those of you who don't know, man, BLK Prime is where you're gonna be able to find this fight, and that was February the 15th. It's going down. Y'all headlining, right?
I left as the main event headliner shows. I'm coming back. That's only. There is no other way. Now, hopefully I can get chump ass Tim Bradley to get out, but you ain't gonna make no money off me. Yeah, okay. But you can still go do shows. You can still fly to do them little pro box shows. You can still fly to do them ESPN shows. But these people trying to pay you more money, but you don't even want to hear the money trying to pay you though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He a duck, bro. He ducking.
Oh, so hold up. They have reached out and made an offer to hold a timeout.
Yes, sir.
They reached out to Tim Bradley and made him an offer for the Brian Norman Sr. fight.
This is what happened. Tim Bradley is the one, when you saw us face to face back in June, Tim Bradley is the one that offered up an exhibition bout at 200 pounds. He offered up the weight. He offered up the exhibition bout. I said absolutely, because again, just like I just told you, I'm here to expose all of this BS social media, internet stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, you gotta show me. Yes, I agree. I went to him on IG. I went to him on everything. I've been shooting at him. He will not even speak to me. Coach Malachi show. He all in the chat, but he won't jump on the show. He been ducking and dodging me ever since. Coach Malachi called him. Coach Malachi, I tell you, Coach Malachi like me. He's straight up. Coach Malachi called him, offered him, hey, look, they're willing to pay for this. He said, yeah. Well, let's see what they're talking about. He said, yes. Then he turned around and denied it before he even heard the number. So, yes.
Oh, my God. Not Desert Storm.
The Desert Storm is a ducker storm.
Gosh, almighty. Hey, look. Tim's like, man, y'all niggas, it ain't paying. I do not want to get back in the training camp, but you've been running that mouth, though, Tim.
Right, you can't do all that talking if you ain't but willing to back it up. Look, I ain't been training. Look, I've been retired longer than him. I'm older than him. I got more ailments than him. I retired for a different reason than him at 32 years old. 31 or 32. You get I retired at 31, 32 years old for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in worse condition than Tim, man. So what are we talking? And I'm a bum, according to Tim. So what are we talking about? It's easy money. Listen to the money.
Yeah.
He could at least show some self-respect and listen to the money before he turned it down. But look, he's willing to jump on planes, go back and forth to go do these little fake ass shows and do these little
shit.
do these little events. They ain't paying like that. They not paying like that. So you ain't fooling nobody, brother. You sitting here starting podcasts because you just like all the rest of it. He loves to talk about money. He done shot that at me twice. I had to send him messaged the other day, like, bro, I don't know why you keep bringing up money. Like, I'm not struggling. I'm not broke. Like, who you think you're talking to? You know what I'm saying? That's first of all. And you, sir, are not as rich as you claiming to be talking about money when you still have to work just like the rest of us. And you're starting podcasts just like us, which there's nothing wrong with that. But that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're working for paychecks. You still trying to find ways to make money too. That's what you're doing. You're a regular human being, bro. You're not set for life. Don't quit. Again, that's what I'm trying to expose. All this BS that people putting out. He want to put out like, you know, these guys want to put out they set for life. Even you got, man, come on, man. We know what it is. You got to work for a living, sir, and that's what you're doing. You got to work just like the rest of us.
So that was the last thing you heard from Tim.
Last thing I heard from Tim, I was on Angry Man Podcast. You can go to Angry Man Podcast, look in the chat. I spoke on Tim in the chat, and I said all I wanted to fight was Tim Bradley, and I said I'll fight Jake Paul. In the chat, you see Tim in the chat talking about, no, you ain't gonna make no money off of me. Okay, yeah, right. I bet you.
Okay.
Yeah, you ducking me for a happy. He already did that.
Well, yeah, Tim don't want no smoke, man.
Tim don't want no smoke.
Tim grandpa now, man.
Big fat head ass. Man, I'm listen to me. He don't want no smoke.
Bullet head motherfucker.
He don't want no smoke. But look, listen. The more and more I talk, because I'm not gonna let him live it down. The more and more I talk, and the more and more you hear about it or whatever else, the more and more y'all gonna see how much he don't want no smoke. The more and more he try to discredit who I am, and oh man, I'm not gonna. What he say? I'm not gonna let you make money off of make nothing off my hard work. What hard work? The way you got in the Hall of Fame was losing to Pacquiao and getting a decision, so Top Rank could get a 3-peat and get the money. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Well, them facts be hurting sometimes. You can't be saying that shit all willy-nilly like that.
Right. You can't be like nobody. I don't know nobody that thinks that Tim deserves to be. If you take away that Pacquiao win, there's nobody that I heard that thinks he's the matter of fact, anybody else you name, nobody else disputes whether they need to be in the Hall of Fame or not. He is the only one I can think of that people dispute whether he needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Was scratching their head with Tim, and of course, it had a lot to do with the Pacquiao situation.
It had everything to do with the Pacquiao situation. Everything. You did a 3-peat with Manny Pacquiao, an 8th division world champion. That's what did it, and you lost all 3 times. It was nothing you did, sir. You were not superb at anything. And another thing what I'm gonna do is expose on him is he says a lot of things that are actually incorrect, but he's entitled to his opinion. But he got to understand with boxing, like it's one thing in particular I heard him say the other day. He said it was somebody that threw a mid-range jab and they got knocked out, they got countered. And Tim said, see, right there, you never throw a mid-range jab. You never, because you're looking to get countered. As soon as your fists leave your face, you're looking to get countered with anything by somebody. You're taking chance by being in the ring. Tim Fathead Bradley. You understand what I'm saying? Mid-range jabs can be deadly. A short, strong jab where you drop a person. I've done it before. I've dropped people with a short mid-range jab.
Mm-hmm.
A short mid-range strong jab is like a shotgun. But I wouldn't expect this fathead ass to understand
especially if you placed it right. If you placed it,
I wouldn't expect this it's timing is everything. You got to know when to do what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? You don't just throw it out there and lob it out there. You got to make that motherfucker count. You feel what I'm saying? Again, look, I'm gonna make it my duty to fuck with Tim Bradley. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it my duty to fuck with Tim Bradley.
Prime February 15th. That's the update on Brian Norris. And listen, while I got you, I gotta get you on some of this current event. You know, I like to pick your brain when we do talk. We gonna talk shit about what's going on in the sport of boxing. And in this particular live, what has been the buzz is the reaction of Tank Davis with this recent, of course, Turkey Al-Sheikh, the Ring Magazine Awards. He shitted on all them boys, right? Because at the end of the day, these guys are just trying to do what's best for their family. They trying to line up with Turkey Al-Sheikh for those paydays. And Tank Davis completely shits on it and called all of them a bunch of dick eaters. He called all of them a bunch of dick eaters. I got to get your thoughts on that, man. Is Tank Davis is he crashing out? Is he mad? Is he jealous? And why would he disrespect all of these guys?
I don't think it's necessarily crashing out of jealous. I think it's more of the what you call it? Let me see. Spoiled child, spoiled brat syndrome. I think it's more of that. I think that the way he came up with Mayweather and the way he got where he is and how he got where he is, people can argue he hasn't fought the best. Like that's not even an argument.
Yeah.
When you have in his division, you can say arguably the best. Nobody on his resume you can say is arguably the best. Nobody, not one person on his resume. You like, oh man, that was a killer. He was the best one. That I can't think of any of them. Even with Jose Pedraza at the time, that's gonna be his best win. Jose Pedraza is his best win. Oh, you got Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia never even won a world title.
Yeah.
So you got Ryan Garcia. That's some instant. Yeah, that's instant fame. So Jose Pedraza in his earlier of his part of his career was his best win. Nobody else is a better win. Rolly was manufactured, made up just to lose to him and lose the Pitbull and lose all these people. Mario Barrios, we absolutely knew nothing about until he lost to Tank Davis. Then he came back and he was famous for losing to what's my boy name? 147. Ponytail.
Mario Barrios?
No. Yeah, Mario Barrios lost to Thurman. Keith Thurman,
yeah,
so he lost
Thurman
to
and Tank
so
Davis.
right. So he was famous for losing to Tank Davis. Then he was famous for losing to Mario Barrios. Then Mario Barrios got famous for beating up an already hurt and destroyed and did the exact same thing that Errol Spence did to what's my boy name?
Ugas.
So Ugas, and he got that victory, and now all of a sudden, come on, now he a killer. Come on, bro.
No,
Mario Barrios ain't never been a killer. If you believe that, you don't know shit about boxing. Like these people, it's a whole facade. You take a hit to Garcia. I never heard Hector Garcia came up from 130. He fought Tank Davis. I didn't know Hector Garcia before he fought him. I mean, if I knew him, it definitely wasn't nobody I knew like that.
Beating Chris Colbert. That's about it.
Say what now?
We knew him for beating Chris Colbert. That was about it.
At 130, right?
Yeah, 130. Because he was the 130 champ.
At 130. So with that being said, that just proves my point. There's no stats. There's nothing you can pull up to say Tank fought the best people. And I'm not saying this to hate on Tank. He hasn't fought the best people. Yeah, I'm saying this to say how he has the prima donna spoiled child syndrome. So now I think that when Turkey came at him where he was at, Tank made his money off that Ryan situation. He was just coming off of that big payday with the Ryan situation. He felt like he need Turkey, send me 3 Ferraris to my door, whatever trash he talking. Just like Pacquiao trying to come back and make a little bread, just like Money Mayweather keep making his little bread doing it, just like Tyson just came back with the opportunity to make that 20 M's with Jake Paul to make his bread. Tank Davis is no different. Tank Davis will come back to boxing. He will need somebody, and I don't believe the PBC will be there when he needs them. I don't think PBC will be there.
Yeah. And see, my thing is just him lashing out at the fighters who are just doing what he's trying to do. And that's lining themselves up from a business standpoint to get the most of what they can get out of the sport. Like, why hate on those guys for celebrating their achievements at the Ring Magazine Awards?
He's hating on them because they went with the person that he was talking trash about. And now he got to stand on that. He got to stand on that. There ain't no coming back from that.
Cause that's kind of leaving himself on the island, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
We gonna see if he eats some humble pie with that one. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one to see.
Yeah,
it's gonna be real. That's gonna be real interesting to see in the future. He talking about retiring and everything else. He don't know that people come back. They retire and they come back because if you didn't make the good decisions, like I just said, even with Timothy Bradley, and I'm not even being funny. I'm a businessman. We know that. I'm a businessman. Right. And it's not easy being a businessman, but I'm a businessman that creates my own money every single day. All right. I don't rely on a paycheck from anybody. I have to go out, create my money, go out, find this, create my money. When you boxing or when you doing anything else, you have to find a way to reinvent yourself and make that money make money. When that's your chunk of money, when like getting that, 33 M's, 10 M's, 6 M's, when that's your big chunk of money and you got to come back to finding, 1,000 here, 20,000 there. That's gonna be a hard thing to do when he done already built that lifestyle that he gonna have or that he has right now to do that. Right. And that's why you see some of the people like Holyfield, and when they that's how they downsize their life.
Yeah.
Like everybody thinks it's not going to end. Everybody thinks it's not going to stop. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
it does.
right.
I mean, everything that has a beginning has an end. I mean, unfortunately, it stops. It does stop. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, I think Tank gonna get a rude awakening just like everybody else. He ain't.
I hope not, man. But a lot of the times, that's exactly what happens. If he doesn't make extremely smart investments, and like I was pointing out just earlier, even though Google net worth isn't accurate, but it gives you
Google net worth is not accurate at all.
Accurate at all, right? But it gives you an idea because they look at your assets, what's in your name, and it can gotta give you an idea of what the fuck you got going on. And Tank's been a pay-per-view attraction for years now, and they only got his net worth at 10 million. So listen, we all know that Tank's been getting raped between Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather. So hopefully he's got some great investments and he can retire comfortably. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I doubt it. More than likely we'll see him in the future. Real quick, the last subject I wanted to get while I had you, big dog. We seen that, of course, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, those terms are basically agreed upon for that rematch. And your boy turns Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. And I'm gonna just ask you, nigga. I got to just straight up ask
Was that confirmed? Was that Canelo Alvarez confirmed or not?
It's confirmed. It's confirmed. They just came from London. They both met with Turkey Al Sheikh. They have agreed to a September showdown.
Oh, I've been hearing about it. I didn't know it was confirmed. I've been busy all day. Yeah, okay, bet.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts and who you got?
Chance Crawford done took my respect, so I ain't gonna never bet against Chance Crawford. I ain't gonna never bet it. He did. He took Chance Crawford. Hey, you might Chance Crawford. Hey, Chance Crawford
screaming that Earl Spit shit, nigga.
That's what I'm telling you. Chance Crawford might have had to beat me up personally and took my respect. He got it, bro. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, Chance Crawford got it with me. I'm going with Chance Crawford. I'm going with Chance Crawford. Yeah,
how you see that fight playing out, man?
That was going to be my next thing. I'm not saying how. I don't know how. I think he will find a way to win. I'm going with Chance Crawford.
Okay. And you know what? With Tank and now Bud beefing over the internet, because I don't know if you saw that today. Tank, Bud, some real harsh words.
I didn't know that. Not at all. Well, see, I've been long.
Hey, I know you've been chilling. That's why I'm here. I know you're in training camp. You got shit to do, but that's why I'm here, baby. And so Tank talking tough man shit with Bud Crawford today. Talking about he'll make him look like a little boy and all kind of fighting words that took place today. You know what I'm saying? So I was saying it's kind of
where did it come from?
It can't. So I told you Tank started talking and being in a disrespectful way about all of those guys over there.
Oh, and Bud is one of those guys.
And Bud's one of those guys who's been doing business with the Turk. And I'm surprised nobody else came out and said anything, but he was the only one with the balls to say, yo, why you mad? You seem like you mad. And that kind of snowballed into this back and forth beef over Twitter today between Bud and Tank. And it got to those fighting words, basically, where Tank just got disrespectful.
Okay, again, here go a fun fact that nobody likes to admit. Name one person Tank beef with on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or X or wherever you were. I'll give a TikTok. Name one person that he beef with that he fought. Name one. Name one person that he said he would even fight that he fought. Besides that Ryan Garcia situation, and we see how that went out. Right? Yeah. Name one person. Name one person. There's not one person.
The only one that I felt like talked his way into a fight by dissing Tank was Rolly. That was it.
Yeah, but Rolly, but again, you got to remember, I don't think people understand where Rolly came from. Rolly came from out of nowhere.
Yeah, he did.
And Rolly came,
he came from out of nowhere for dissing Tank publicly.
He came out of nowhere for dissing Tank publicly. Rolly was nobody at all. Now all of a sudden, Rolly was somebody. So let's see what did Rolly do after he fought Tank. First of all, he didn't do nothing before Tank. He get knocked out by Tank. After he get knocked out by Tank, he lose to an old Amorosa,
They
whatever.
robbed her. Ishmael Barroso.
And
Ishmael Barroso.
no, hold on. Amber Rose. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You ain't shit.
He lost to Amber Rose, when Amber Rose got robbed, you know, then he came back, got knocked out by Pitbull. Like, what has he done? Nothing. That's what I'm trying to do. This is you can look at it. It's a known thing. It has same thing with Tank. Same thing with Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia ended up losing to a small Lamont Roach after Tank.
Yeah.
His resume does not age well. He does not beat Pitbull. Pitbull has never been a good fighter. He's never been a good fighter. Pitbull has never been a good fighter.
Facts. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Exciting fighter, but not a good one.
Not a good fighter. Pitbull has never gave nobody hell with nothing except Tank. And they say Tank had one hand. So what are we talking about?
Well, no, I was answering your question when you say who has he beef with and actually fought, and that was the only one that I could remember where it was a big thing on social media. Then he actually fought him out of nowhere.
I mean, it was Rolly. It was Rolly, and it was Mayweather Promotion against Mayweather Promotion. That's the easy one to do. That's Floyd.
Yeah,
that's Floyd doing that.
Yeah, that was Floyd.
That's money. You know how they go. Money made, baby. Money made.
and last but not least, man. Of course, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, we know how that played out. Austrian and the PED supposedly had something to do with that. Of course, it gets overturned. It becomes a no contest. And now these guys are eyeing each other for a rematch. And it appears that they both have agreed to the Turk terms for that rematch. Something that you're excited for? You think this is a warranted rematch? And then if so, and Dev has the correct game plan, are you giving them a shot in hell at beating Ryan Garcia?
I think beating Ryan Garcia at this point, especially when he just fought him, was a very, very easy task for a fighter like Devin. And I'm going to tell you all you got to do. Ryan Garcia, the last fight, showed how undisciplined he is outside the ring. He showed how undisciplined he is outside the ring. Even when he was winning the fight and he had Devin on chicken leg, bird, all you want to call it. Even when he was winning, he was looking tired. He was looking terrible. Okay? All Devin got to do is make Ryan work. That's all they got to do. Make him work, box him, make him move, make him use his legs, make him use what he had them in, especially when Ryan doing what he just did to him and knocking him out. Ryan is going to think he's going to knock him out, right? Yeah. Which is always a possibility when he connect with him. You know, that's a very good possibility because yeah, that's a huge possibility because Devin is still damaged goods. Devin is still he's damaged goods. So
hold on. Let me get this straight. You believe Devin Haney is damaged goods?
Oh hell yeah, that shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Devin. No, I think that the biggest chance, I think the real chance of the outcome of this fight is Ryan Garcia knocking him out this time. That's what I believe. I think that if Devin play it right, and he, they play it professional like he did when he did with that game plan against, I've never seen the game plan better. I mean, maybe only as good as the game plan he had against, I'm terrible with names. What's my boy?
Regis Prograis. Yeah.
He was so disciplined in that. He was so disciplined in that fight, the way he did and the way he turned.
He didn't fight. He fought Regis scared. He didn't fight Ryan scared.
He didn't fight. Listen to me, man. That's what I'm saying. See, that's with your eyes. He did not fight him scared. He fought him smart. He did what Regis couldn't do. Yeah. That's what he did. That's all he did. It wasn't scared. It's smart. Even when he had him and his daddy said something, his dad, remember in the corner, he was like, "No, I'll stick to the plan. Go back." Remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
He fought him smart. He didn't fight around smart at all. So can he go back and do that?
Well, the reason why I say he fought him scared because I think it's the consensus. We all thought he could have stopped Regis if he wanted to in that fight.
And that's why he didn't, because he stuck to the game plan. He did not because he stuck to the game plan. He did not. He was.
You call it sticking to the game plan. I'm gonna call it the nigga was scared.
No. Look at. I'm looking at what he did. What he did was the same thing he had been doing. Turn him back to his right. Turn it back to his right. Turn it back to his right. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
Turn him to his weak side. Turn him to his weak side. Pop. Turn him to his weak side. I don't think that was afraid. I think that was just making sure you solidify and get the win.
What gave Dev the balls in the Ryan Garcia fight to fight on the front foot and come forward on Ryan?
His dad is talking that shit, and him talking. I mean, again, I'm with Bill Haney, so I mean, I'm not one of them niggas that's bashing Bill. That's first of all. I respect Bill to the fullest. So sure. I'm not a Bill basher. You know what I'm saying? I do think they do some. That's some lame ass shit they did, so I'm not finna sit here and say I'm with all of that.
You gotta keep it a bean, nigga. That was some bullshit they did, but you gotta have some respect for him for what he's been able to do with his son.
All of that is some bullshit. The way they've been all of that is some bullshit. But as a whole, I fuck with him as a whole. You hear what I'm saying?
You gotta respect him.
I got respect for him as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think that was
a bullshit game plan.
It was a bullshit game plan. They didn't have one. I think he pulled the wrong. He pulled the wrong card. He put the wrong card at the wrong time. He would have been better off doing that shit with Regis than he did with Ryan.
Hey, that's the only point I was trying to get to.
Yeah,
I was trying to get to the fact that he should have fought Ryan like he fought Regis.
Yeah,
right.
And Ryan would not have made that fight because Ryan was so out of shape. Did you see him how he was breathing?
Yeah.
You see how I don't think Ryan. I don't think Ryan is a hard fight if he trains like he did, and I think he will. I think where his life is now and how his life been going, and doing the stuff he was doing, I think it's gonna be hard to get out of that. He ain't got nobody to answer to.
And see, that's why I got to disagree with you. I think once this rematch happen, Devin can make this fight, in my opinion. If he doesn't get caught, I think he can make it look a lot like the Regis Prograis fight.
That's what I said. When we disagree, that's what I said.
Oh, well, I thought you said that this fight, you feel like it's more likely that he could knock Devin out.
No, that's more likely. No, I do feel that way. No, I feel like the reason I feel it's more likely. The reason I feel it's more likely is as a fighter, and history shows. Devin is gonna be worried. He's gonna have that worry in his brain, and even when the training camp, that worry is not there. Even when it comes up, that worry is not gonna be there. When he hit that ring, that worry is gonna sink in. If I'm serious, if he gets hit, which you tend to do in fights, if he gets hit and he gets buzzed, that never been knocked down, I'm a dog, goes out the window because you can be hurt. You're vulnerable. That's from experience what I'm just telling you now. Because I'm the hardest thing walking, but I remember when I first got hurt like bad the first time. Now I know I'm not Superman, and every time I got hit in a certain degree before, instead of come back, it's timid. You get more timid. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because you know the reality of what can actually happen there.
Yeah, right. You need to try and figure out how you're gonna recover as fast as possible from that little bullshit.
Exactly. So you realize that hell, I can go down. This is what I don't want, and all of that, and oh my God, the crowd is way worse when what he dealing with than I had to deal with. The crowd is gonna make it 1,000 times worse. You know what I'm saying? With the noise, and if he get buzzed, I mean, even if he get a little buzz, if he get a little buzz, and that crowd go crazy, that's gonna fuck Devin head up.
I think it's extremely important Dev get a fight in beforehand, man. Hopefully,
I can agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Zab Judah said, man, Zab Judah said something that changed my whole mind about a lot of stuff. Zab Judah said, because he went through it. He said, I think the best thing when you get knocked out or you get beat, whatever like that, he said, I think is to get back in there and fight. My bad. Get back in there, fight. You know what I'm saying? To go in there and wash it away. Just like, what was that, Joseph Parker that got beat? Wasn't that Joseph Parker that got beat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph Parker they got beat. Right. So I mean, he went and came, and I think he on a 6-fight win streak now.
Boy, he knocking them niggas out left and right.
Exactly, because he got right back in there. He didn't even have time to think about it. I think the mistake Devin might have made is taking all this time, and it does suck in his brain.
Yeah, that could
But
very well
again,
be.
we do agree that Devin has a very high possibility of beating Ryan if he sticks to his game plan.
Game plan, yeah, and that's all
Very
I'm
high.
saying.
He has a very high possibility of beating Ryan.
If Dev make up his mind that I'm just sticking behind the jab and I'm going to box Ryan Garcia.
But listen, I think the best possibility and the most likely though, he gonna get caught. That's just what I'm saying. Ryan has a very fast hook, and he can hit you with something you don't see. I think that's the most likely. That's what I think.
Doubt.
Yeah.
Shout out my girl Jessica in the chat. What up, girl?
Then you got to remember what Devin been practicing. He been practicing on that power, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess how you get power? Guess what you got to do to get power? Plant your feet.
Yeah, you got to sit down.
You got to sit down. He ain't gonna be able to sit down. So then you've been practicing all this, and that's all you doing this damn thing is practicing your feet. And it sound like you stand there and bank again, and that ain't what you want to do. Because it ain't just it wasn't just your power, it was your chin that could take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I mean,
I can't believe he ain't get knocked out, boy. And that's why I give him a lot of credit too, man, to be able to get up all 3 times.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's the point. That's the point I was getting at when I said once that happens. I always talk to Mark about your phone being cracked. Once that happens, the next that how he got up this time, that probably won't happen the next time.
Word. Because
now it's already broke. Yeah. That was the champion of him getting up. You know what I'm saying? That was the undefeated Devin him getting up.
That was the lion.
That was a lion getting up. Exactly. That was that lion getting up. It ain't gonna be so much so that way right now. I think.
Gonna be interesting to see, man. God knows it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Well, damn, senior man, I damn sure appreciate you rocking with me, man. I got somebody in. Maybe they got a question. You got time to answer? Maybe a few questions.
I got time. What's up?
Okay, let me bring my guy Casino Life Prez in the building.
What's happening, man? Bro, I swear to God, this shit is a coincidence, bro. Like, I was just finna come up here and tell you, I'm finna, cause AB, I'm the one who you told, I was asking you about if y'all was having a weigh-in and all that shit.
Yeah. What's up, dog? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm just waiting on the address, bro. Like, I was like, damn, bro, he got my boy B up
I
here.
think it's gonna be at the gym. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna go back to it. I'll send it to you in a minute.
It's gonna be at the one in Ellenwood?
No, it's gonna be at Champion Boxing in Jonesboro.
On Tara Boulevard, yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta make sure that's where the weigh-in is gonna be, or make sure they're not gonna put it nowhere else with it being what it is. I gotta make sure that. That's so just let me find out on that.
And for those
shit, I already know you're gonna handle it.
What was the agreed upon weight?
200.
200.
Okay.
Yeah, shit.
Man, that boy, man, hey, bro, I was sitting up laughing at that shit y'all had posted, bro, because I already knew what your son was doing, bro. I already knew because I seen the video. I was laughing at the video before you even was laughing at. I'm like, bro, these niggas is hell.
Well, he was mocking Greg Hackett.
Yeah, bro, but I was laughing at the shit before they even made that shit. So when I seen it, I knew they would talk about. I was like, I know exactly what they.
He looked just like Buddy too, bro.
Bro, with the head movement, he was like, with the head movement. Oh man, that shit was funny as hell, dog.
That motherfucker had me crying, man. I say, damn, B look just like this nigga.
Too, bro. Hey,
bro, that was the best impression, dog. Like that's how I knew exactly what he was doing, dog. He hugged the bag.
Time out.
Oh God, bro, that shit funny as hell, man. But hey, man, I know you gonna handle business. I had popped in on one of his lives. I had trolled his ass. I was like, hey, because he be live all the time. I was like, hey, Brian in the gym. I was like, be in the gym now. You better get out this live, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I've been trolling his ass, man. But man, bro, I can't wait for that shit. Like, bro, we need more shit like that.
Ain't nothing he can do. Ain't nothing he can do right now.
Nah, it ain't nothing he can do.
No, it ain't nothing he can do. And I listen again. I'm standing on this, man. I got to show my face. There's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do.
What the fucked up part about it is he's used to being on this end, like talking this shit, and then coming up.
But he ain't never had to deal with it in this kind of limelight, though.
Nah, he ain't.
True that.
But hey, I salute y'all for putting that shit together.
This is for Greg Hackett for sure.
Yeah. No, I appreciate him taking it, man. It's a hell of an opportunity for both of us. He just got to stand on what he say. You know what I'm saying? And I hope he realize. I am nothing like the rest of these guys that he be damn talking to, because I meant what I was saying. I mean, and I'm showing what I'm saying with the work I'm putting in. Like I keep saying, you cannot fake your physical being. You can't fake your physical. You can't fake it. You can't fake that. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Let me ask you this, though, Senior. You straight? You gunning for the knockout?
I'm gonna get the knockout. He ain't going no 6 rounds.
Okay, that's all right. That's all.
Listen, hold on. I'm gonna be real with you. He wouldn't do 6 rounds of shadow boxing by himself.
What?
Hey man. Hey man. I be trolling the hell out of his ass. I be like, hey bro, put the vape down. Put the vape down.
He'll knock himself out of 6 rounds.
What he say? He was like, what was that shit he said, bro? He was like, man, what B say to the camera? That Greg had said, bro, that shit was so funny, bro.
He had grabbed the bag and sat all down with
but
the
he had
bag.
said some shit. He said some shit, bro. I can't remember what he said, but that shit was.
I can't remember too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro. That shit was so funny, bro.
That shit
Hey man, but
hilarious,
salute you,
man.
bro. Hey, I'm gonna catch you on the 14th. You know what I'm saying? But,
I appreciate the support too, big dog. Keep it up, man. I appreciate you, dog. That's what it do. All right.
My guy, Casino. Appreciate you, Casino, man.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna pop back up once you you know what I'm saying? Once you done with your interview and shit.
Okay, yeah. We man, he done hung out with me. I done asked him everything, man. I just appreciate him coming through and showing love like he always do, man. So for sure.
I know, y'all gonna rock on out, man. Like I said, I just stopped at a quick trip because I was on the road. I had to go take my brother somewhere real quick. I was on the road. Shit, I gotta go. I was supposed to hit the gym with B about 7, but that shit didn't
happen. That's what you told me you were going to the gym.
And I had to take my brother there. I had to take him like down I-20 towards South Carolina. So gonna be the basement gym tonight. But it's all good.
That's it.
It's all good. It's all, hey, look. See, listen, that's the thing. People make excuses for why they can't do it. I made reason for why I can, baby. It's going down. It is what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, it look like somebody in here know something about Greg Hackett. Shout out Jamari Olympic in the chat. He said, Greg, stay in the gym. Oh, yeah, Jamari. That's what's up.
Yeah, stay in the gym doing what, though?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I mean, come on, bro. What are you talking about? Stay in the gym doing what? Pay attention.
He making YSM videos. That's what he doing. Sitting on the edge of the goddamn ring and making YSM videos.
I pay attention. Stay at the gym doing what? A lot of people gotta have he ain't got nowhere to go during the daytime. Of course he gonna stay in the fucking gym. I mean, I ain't saying I'm my bad. I wouldn't even say that to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's still funny.
Nowhere to go. If it's my habit to come to the gym, this is my hangout spot. This is where I get all the love, and you know what I'm saying? There's no problem hanging in the gym. If I train fighters through the daytime, whatever. I mean, come on, people hang in the gym. I mean, what are you talking? He hanging in the gym doing what? I will see him working out. When we see any workouts Greg Hackett doing? You know what I'm saying? Some kind of any kind of substance, real substance in the last few years. Name some shit, because I ain't seen it.
Don't give me the line.
Man, I'm looking at his last performance on that Gillian Wallow shit.
Out in the gym right
that
now.
Shit was terrible.
Yeah, that performance was terrible. Matter of fact, I just got a notification. He just popped up on live right now. Shit.
Look, go read. Look, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I want y'all to do. Go read the comments on Greg Hackett shit on the Gillian Wallow and the YSM comments on the YSM thing of him fighting that dude One Punch Car. Bruh, them Philly boys they don't understand. They don't even know. Man, good job, Greg. Man, if you did bro, you look terrible. Well, stop lying to him.
But that's the same thing they do in the boots.
Yes.
They boosting his head up, bro. He can't.
You can only imagine because Boost is good. Boost is good.
Good. Yeah.
You can only imagine if you doing that to Greg. Like Boost is God to them. You know what I'm saying?
Shit like that stunt your growth, bro. That's why I respect how y'all some road warriors. Y'all some road warriors.
Why you a smart man? You a smart man. It stunts your growth. You can't learn but so much in that gym. You can't do but so much in that gym, especially when you got all these yes men and this and that. I pointed out some flaws of his, and I think it was Coach Malachi.
Coach Malachi, yeah.
He asked me. He was like, "But don't you think you pointing out to them and telling them what to fix?" I was like, "They would never." See, I can't see them ever giving me that credit to Boots and saying to him, you need to do it. Let me tell you what I want y'all to do. And this is public. This is public. When y'all see these insane videos and shit they talk, watch Boots' front leg on any motherfucking time at any chance you get. Watch his front leg when he punch. He locks it down. His front leg is straight. You will not see a pivot. You will not see movement.
Almost like a hyperextended straight.
He's either one or two things. He's either straight or the ones that you see him moving when they call athleticism, which you don't see a lot of. He came in with the idea of just hopping around. He wasn't coming to punch. You feel what I'm saying? It's this wild. I know what I'm looking at. They don't know what they looking at. You got to be able to go from back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You feel what I'm saying? I know what I'm looking at. I know exactly what I'm looking at. And they don't, again, I can say this openly because I definitely doubt until he gets beat that they going to even think about what I'm saying and see it to be true. Or if they do, they definitely ain't going to try to fix it. And when they do try to fix it, or if they do try to fix it, he going to be a totally different fighter. So that ain't going to be what made him who he is today. So it is what it is. Well, either way, it's a win for us.
Jamari said he got sparring videos up you can go check out.
Go check it out. Who you talking about? Who?
Greg Hackett.
Oh, I ain't finna watch that.
I've seen that bullshit. Bro, come on. I've asked, what do I think worry me about him? What do I said, bro, listen to me. I done seen a lot of versions of Greg Hackett. I seen the walk down Greg Hackett. I seen the jump around and be scared Greg Hackett. I seen the nervous energy Greg Hackett. I seen different versions of Greg Hackett, and not one of those versions can beat me. I honestly believe that this is gonna be crazy, but I mean it is what it is. I honestly believe I can stand in the middle of the ring. I can stand in the middle of the ring and keep my hands up, and Greg Hackett wouldn't know what to do.
Gosh,
I do. No, he's not strong. I'm saying he don't even have that kind of power.
Yeah,
I think I can stand in the middle of the ring.
Fucked up with that 200 pounds shit.
Once you feel it,
once you 200 pounds, he a fat 200 pounds.
He don't know how big
200 pounds.
When y'all see how big we are, when y'all see how big I am to him, and y'all see, you know what I'm saying, my body type and his body type next to each other, y'all will understand.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because you got more of a muscle tone to your body type for sure, and it's a natural. Because you ain't even in the gym.
I grew into this. Like he was 147 and grew in the fat. I was. You feel what I'm saying? I was already bigger than 147 when I started. Yeah. I went pro at 175.
Right.
I went pro at 175 when I was 23, 24 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my frame. What are we talking about?
I get that why he be on goddamn YouTube so much, because he got them getting his 5 minutes of fame and shit.
Hey, man, listen. That's fine and dandy. I'm proud of his 5 minutes of fame. Another thing I feel about that is I think both of them is for the taking. His fame is for the taking, and Boots' fame is for the taking. And me and my son both are going to take both of them.
Word.
Yeah, that shit gonna be a hell of a story.
You know
bro.
what? Real quick,
that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm entitled to my opinion. This ain't shit talking. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Real quick, Senior. Junior man said on his little promo video, he ain't had no problem going to 140 if anybody wanted some smoke.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Okay, you ain't got nothing to do with that.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Okay. Shout out my guy Richardson Hitchens, man. He's supposed to be coming to do the show, man. So that's
Oh yeah. I mean, B would do it, but I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do. I mean, of course, I'm going to have something to do with it if that's what the fuck he chooses to do. But outside of that,
and for everybody who watching, man, shout out my guy Richardson Hitchens, man. We've been in talk, so he should be on the show here soon. And I'm just throwing stuff out there, man. He need a fight. Yeah, I mean, I know they probably got
somebody. If you insinuate that, he'll definitely love to fight Richardson Hitchens. He'll fight.
Man, I think that would be a great matchup.
Yeah,
bro.
He would love to fight Richardson Hitchens. He would love to fight Richardson
because he sounded serious when he said he don't mind going to 40 and fucking niggas up down there.
Listen, this is the thing. Here is the dilemma. Here is the dilemma, and it's my dilemma. May not be his dilemma, but it's my dilemma. Here's the dilemma. He walks from today, he's 160. He doesn't really get over 160 now. He was walking around 165. The heaviest he's ever been is 175, and that was after that March fight right before his world title fight. or whatever else, and he just whatever, but he blew up big. Other than that, 160 is about where he at. So he'd be 157, 155, 160. You take a TO, you take a Richardson Hitchens, you take it. I guarantee they're the exact same weight, right? So all he has to lose for his fight usually is 13 pounds.
Yeah, so shit,
That's
140, easy money.
That's it. But that's 23 pounds, and that's 20. That's 140 is 20 pounds.
20 pounds, yeah, that's on the nose. 20 pounds.
So no, he gotta lose 17. What the fuck y'all lose? 13. Yeah, 13 pounds where y'all lose. Yeah, 20. I don't like that, but that's on him.
You don't like it?
I mean, he muscular. Okay. He muscular. He's strong. He don't have no fat to lose.
Yeah. And
he don't have no fat to lose.
So you see something different. I'm just going off of what he said because he said it so confidently.
He said it, and he said it, and he meant it. We don't even talk about it no more. So when he was younger, and I was daddy, and I was, over a few things or whatever else, we said, I shut it down. It was what it was. He a world champion now. He is who he is. He is what he is.
Man, that's all.
He a grown man, and I gotta let him be him and do what he do. So now we just don't even talk about it no more.
That's all right. That sounds about right. That's
right. But I mean, if he does it, I mean, of course, I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna be all with it or whatever, and I think he will beat anybody at 140.
Yeah. And he about to come to them points where he got to make some of those crossroads when the money's gonna be involved. Yeah, I mean, when they start saying, "Hey, man, look at this bag," you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I don't think. I mean, when we talking 140, I think all the guys at 140, they shouldn't have a problem meeting at 147 too. Like,
true that.
Like, especially with Richardson Hitchens, he's not little guys. He's not small guys.
Nah, and look, and if you look at him in the Pyro fight, he looked a little sunken in on the way in.
Yeah, so Richardson Hitchens or Devin Haney or any of those guys or whatever, I mean, they can easily come on up to 147. I mean, I would like that better than B going down to 140. B would only want to go to 140 to me for legacy. That's how I feel, because that's what he wanted to do from the very start. The very start, it was thought about what would you be, what way would you come in at. He wanted to come in doing 140. He wanted to win the time at 140. He wanted to win at 147. He knew he was going to be able to do 154, 161. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe max 68 to be dead max. You feel what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We'll see how it works out.
It's some good names at 40 right now too. So when you look at Teofimo, I think he would definitely, if they say, "Hey, you got to fight Teo at 40," he would want to do that. So
that's what I was gonna say. Speaking of Teo, that's who I want to see B take out, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like, bro, I'm sick of Teo, bro.
Teo, completely. Listen, watch this, and I'm gonna say because I got to go. Teo. Watch it. Let me tell you how Teo ducked. I mean, he can't even find a lie. Only the Teo fans listening to this shit he's saying. Teo ducked my son so hard. He curved my son so hard. And he said his reason, this is on the Boxing Voice. He said his reason that he didn't tell nobody was because he didn't want to win another title with Bob Arum and get extended 5-fight extension, right? At the same time, while after that fight fall through, going with Bob Arum and get Bob Arum to send an offer to Jerron Ennis. What are we doing? What are you talking about?
That sound like some bullshit.
It's some bullshit. Look, when you lie, you have to make more lies to cover it up. Teo was afraid. The whole plan, my son messed up the plan. The whole plan was for Giovanni to win, to win that title, then Teo to fight Giovanni and be a 3-division world title. Bob Arum didn't get the memo that Teo was afraid to be, or he ain't wanting none of that smoke. Bob Arum, y'all can go back and watch this. Bob Arum is the very first one and the very only one at the time that was saying something about Teo and Brian fight. Teo never said a word. Teo never said Brian's name. Teo was asked about it through Mark Kriegel at I can't remember which fight it was. He was asked about it through Mark Kriegel. I think it was in July. maybe after the Claggett fight. And he was like, you know what sounds swell? T.O. female. He never said my son's name until the Canelo Berlanga press conference. After he disappeared for a while. Watch this. Hold on. This is something y'all don't know. In negotiations with my son, they were in talks, not negotiations, but they was in talks of him taking it, doing this and doing that. He disappeared on Top Rank. Stopped answering the phone. Went ghost. Went dark. Top Rank said, we can't find him. He won't respond. That's how my son had the surgery. That's why my son had the surgery July the 29th. See, all of this played a part, all of this pieced together.
Yeah.
That's why he had the surgery. He was supposed to fight T.O. September the 27th. Y'all can look these dates up. And in September blamed it on the Thursday or the Friday, whatever day that was. I don't want to fight him on the Thursday. I don't want to fight him on the Friday. Whatever he said was the September the 27th was the date. So he's like, I'll fight him on the and I'll fight him in December. Okay, cool. So I said, you know what, B had a little knuckle issues. I said, B, let's go ahead and take out and let's go and get this done while we got this little wait.
A little bit of time, yeah.
And he went in and did while we had that time code. They did not, because we were trying to find the fight because they were not expecting for B to win. They were trying to find him a fight. That's how he got stuck into the Keyshawn Davis undercard. They found a spot to slide him in. You feel me?
Yeah.
But we had already had the surgery, and again, the rest is history on that. But no, he was not injured. He had a surgery. The surgery wasn't ready. It wasn't fully healed for him to spar and get ready like as he should. And that's what it is. Now watch this. I want y'all to know this one thing about me. Anything I ever say is going to always add up to another one. Anything you hear T.O. say or any of these other motherfuckers say, they're going to have to make up another lie to cover another lie because it ain't going to never make sense. I promise you that.
Gosh, oh man.
The truth flows like water.
Nah. Real quick, senior. Oh no, that's the Sebastian Fundora, Errol Spence. That's for March 29th. But I don't see no Top Rank event.
What you talking about?
For
they ain't put it on yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they ain't even put it on. You know, like I said, I don't even know on the card. But it was the 15th. It was supposed to be the 15th or the 29th. I would imagine T.O. was the 15th. I don't know who was the 15th. I would imagine that was a T.O. situation.
They said, I might end up headlining, goddamn.
That'd be wonderful to me.
Yeah, I might end up headlining, man. We're going to pray for that.
That'd be wonderful to me. That would be dope.
Let old B, you know what I mean? Headline one time.
Man, all they got to do is promote it the right way. They promote it. That's all you got to do to promote it. Look at what we're doing with Greg Hackett.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm talking
about,
I'm seeing that you promote everywhere.
That's how you promote.
K Prime, bro.
That's how you promote.
Decent production. I've been saying this the whole time, especially when they did the Bud event, man. They got a decent promotion, man. It's a great setup. Yeah,
that's how you promote. So how is it that the most known oldest promoter in the game can't promote? You know what I'm saying? That's how you promote. Yeah. That's how you promote. I think they forgot how to do the leg work. You know what I'm saying? But hey, look, and they ain't talking trash. Look what kind of shirt I got.
Top rank, repping that top rank all day.
I stay repping them now. I stay repping them. I say repping them, but I mean, I wish they would promote my boy a little more though. You know what I mean? Because he loved him. You know what I'm saying? He loved him because that's who got him his world title, even whether they wanted to get it for him or not.
Yeah. That's how it always is. There's some admiration and some loyalty there from B.
Right. Yeah, he loved him because they got him his world title, even though they got it for him on accident.
Yeah, because everybody thought he was supposed to get stepped on. Boy, that's just cold fact.
Yeah. Hey, look, and I don't have no beef with him as long as they just do my boy right. You know what I'm saying? I'm with what he with. Just like I said, even with the 140 situation, I'm with what he with. That's what it is.
Word. That's what's up, man. Gosh, man. That's what's up.
Bro, hey, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. Man, keep
putting on.
Dog. Man, keep putting on for DeKalb County, man. You
all day, big dog. Hey, where you in DeKalb County?
That's where I'm from, yeah.
Man, I went to Columbia High School. I'm from McAfee, off of Rosewood, the Rail Drive, Bandera, Shamrock, all that. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
I'm right here on West Avenue right now at the Quick Trip. You feel me?
Oh yeah. I'm on Deal Ave renovating a house, but I gotta get this shit done. But I'm from Panola Road. I'm from Panola Road and Redan.
Down the street,
Panola Road and Redan and shit. Yeah,
that was up, man.
Salute, bro. I'm gonna pull up in the weigh in, but I can't make the fight because I gotta go to a dog show.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be at. That's why I was asking about the weigh-in and
Okay.
shit like
Well,
that.
shit, yeah, catch it on BLK Prime, man.
Yeah, I'm
$5.99.
gonna watch it. I'm gonna
All
watch it
right,
for
big
sure.
dog. I appreciate
All
the
right,
support, man. Y'all
all
boys
right, brother.
be easy, man. I got to go and get going, man.
So,
All
yeah,
right,
you know, I'll be hitting you, man. Thank you. I
Okay, dog.
appreciate you, big
All
dog.
right. All right.
My
Yeah.
man.
All right.
Brian Norman Sr., man.
Hey, heavy bad salute you, bro. That shit was. Hey, that was a good ass interview, man.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Senior been showing love, man. Shout out my guy Mark Nash TV too, man. He helped make that connection, man. And we had been rolling ever since, man. That's my dog. So for sure. You heard it from the horse's mouth, man. I'm excited for the old niggas though, man. Like this shit on BLK Prime kind of big, bro, and I'm like jive excited for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that
I
shit
just
gonna
like
be
fights.
funny as hell to watch, bro.
I like fights, bro. I like the fact that they was going back and forth on the internet and something came from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Manifested from the old nigga beef. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, I'm for it, bro. I like watching fights, bro. You know,
He
especially when
dead
it's
serious about
animosity,
Tim too.
with the animosity and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he ain't lying about Tim ducking too, cause
Yeah,
I was on.
he want that Tim smoke for sure.
Man, Tim wasn't even goddamn call in the show on Coach Malachi show. Salute Coach Malachi, that's my partner too.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I remember that. I remember the exact day he talking about, bro. I'm talking about Coach was like, man, Tim, goddamn call up, defend yourself. Man, Tim was like, I can't, bro. I'm driving. I'm in the car with the family, bro. You typing, but
Uh-huh.
you'll be better off calling in than be sitting up typing, driving. Come on, man, you texting and driving. Yeah,
Exactly. He ain't want that smoke.
nah.
That's crazy. You know, Tim be talking reckless. Like Tim Bradley's more like a radical. Even I ain't mad at him because you know you get to say what you want, but when somebody press you, you know, time to jump to action, nigga.
Especially when it's a bag.
He's saying BLK approached him with a bag, bro.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's crazy work. But back to the topics, man. Again, shout out Brian Norman Sr. Hopefully we can get Junior on the show again, man. Junior like to stay behind the scenes, man. He be chilling. I was, of course, talking about Tank, man, and I didn't get your reaction to this shit that happened today. And I know you rock with Tank the long way. You know, that's my guy too, but I'm always call a spade a spade. Tank comes out today and just completely disrespects all them niggas lined up with Turkey. They over there celebrating achievements and shit. They celebrating lineal statuses and unifications and everything that comes along with the Ring Magazine Awards, Knockouts of the Year, and all of that. And it just seemed like it rubbed Tank the wrong way that they was over there doing that, bro. Like his response to me seemed bitter, and he seemed mad that they was even doing it, and he didn't like the fact that he wasn't invited. So he goes on to call all of them a bunch of dick eaters.
But I don't think he was talking about everybody.
No, he said all, nigga. Listen to go read.
I know, but I be knowing how niggas be talking.
All y'all a bunch of dick eaters. Hold up, real quick. Throwing straight facts is in the backstage. Let's bring him on up. But Casino.
Yeah,
I definitely want to get your thoughts because Tank, your man, your first reaction to how he reacted today on Twitter.
Today on Twitter, I ain't see it because I don't be on Twitter, but I heard enough people say, and now he lost me. You know what I'm saying? Like at first, I was like, you know what? I think he talking about like Shakur. I didn't think he was talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That
I'm
nigga
like,
said all of them a bunch of dick eaters.
yeah, I disagree totally what he's saying, but like I understand the frustration, but it do come off as like jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, I feel like, bro, like if you go back 3 years, bro, like Tank was like the most exciting shit, one of the most exciting things going on. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't at this point, bro, it ain't nothing Tank can do to be more exciting than what's going on over there, bro. Like boxing then got bigger. Like boxing then got bigger than the fighter now. Like it used to be where fighters was bigger than the sport and shit. Like, and that's what he used to. But now the sport bigger than y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like big shit going on. Like it ain't nobody he could fight that's gonna be bigger than Bivol and goddamn better be. It ain't nobody he could fight that can be like better than goddamn Usyk and goddamn Fury twice. It ain't nothing he can do. It's like boxing back.
Bud
So
and
it's like you got to
Canelo.
get with the program.
Bud and Canelo.
Yeah, it ain't nothing he can do bigger than
Yeah,
that.
man.
It ain't nothing he can do. So it's like
Yeah.
he got to get with the program. Like I ain't gonna lie, like he probably should. I agree with what you said. Somebody need to take his phone, bro, because like what B said, he got to stand on that shit, bro. And bro, you do not want to have to stand on that. Like you do not want boxing to leave you behind, bro. Like real talk, you like that's the place to be, though. Like why wouldn't it be the place to be? You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's my whole point. Because why wouldn't you want to be a part of that, bro?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Man,
We
still rock with him.
as fans, we getting a glimpse of what it's like for everybody to kind of be unified and together. And you got all of these promotional companies under one roof. We're closer to the goal than we've ever been. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Shout out my guy, throwing straight facts, man. Red, right?
Yeah, Red. There you go.
Red, my guy Red, man. I appreciate you joining me again, man. Give me your
For
thoughts,
sure.
man. React to Tank. When your boy Tank, that's your man's. Whose man's
Man.
is this? It's yours.
Shit. Hey, but look though, you read my message I had left on my comment I had left in the comment section about Tank. The thing is, man, Tank is he pressed, man, because he used to be in the big dog. Everybody got to go through him to get paid.
Yeah.
And he get to pick and choose. But now, he the only one left out to dry. And then on top of that, he burnt himself because Turkey. He didn't expect the Turkey to take over the game in under a year like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then so now he, like I said, he used to be in the payday and he get to swing his nuts, but now he can't do that no more because people getting them paydays without him.
Yeah.
So
I see both sides too. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, and he pressed, and he really pressed about it because I would be honest, man. I used to be one of the cats that used to be on the Tank wagon, man, and be like, yeah, man, Tank this and Tank that. But man, my thing is, bro, if you don't want to show me you him, then what I'm gonna ride for you for? You ain't showing me nothing great, bro. You sitting around talking about you don't care about belts and all this and that, bro. Like, so what you in the game for? I understand the money, but you got money to move around. And let these other cats, man, show that they great. Because the thing is, I feel like the only reason you don't want to mess with Turkey, first of all, Tank. One thing about him, he's super loyal. To a fault, he's super loyal. But the main thing is, if you go to Turkey, he'll give you what you're looking for, but you got to fight the fights. He ain't finna pay you for no Lamont Roach.
I think he's gonna fight the fight. So that's the only thing.
I want to see that shit.
Man,
I see both sides of it though, because I feel like the frustration is because I feel like he finally got to the moment where he do actually want to fight the people that everybody want to see, and now they done left the country, and it's like he like you said, he loyal to his own detriment, and he don't want to leave. He already a part of a program that he used to and loyal to, and it's like, damn, like I gotta go. Like it's like Turkey. To be honest with you, Turkey turned them niggas' value past what it really should be, but that's beside the point. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna cap. They are like the niggas who he supposed to be fighting that everybody want to see. They are getting overpaid. At the same time, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You still got to get them fights. So what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? But that I know the frustration. Like them niggas is overpaid, so now they like I don't need Tank, but like they overpaid than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
But that's beside the point. Like
that's besides the point.
You basically getting blackballed. You getting blackballed.
I had muted your mic, Red, too. So mute your mic because you got some background noise. But my thing is, why do you care, bro?
Who you talking me?
Tank Davis.
Oh, like, he cares because he's like, bro, he's loyal. Like that's what I'm saying.
He can be loyal to the PBC all he want. That's cool. But why do you care how these other fighters are making their bread? Why do you care that they are in alignment with Turkey Al Sheikh?
That's
why do you care how they're moving their business in order to do the best business for their families?
No, the thing is because he want to beat their ass. That's the problem. All right, so it's like That's why I say I don't feel like he was talking about everybody. I think he talking about the niggas who he directly want to fight. Like, and
Tank,
it's like,
is nobody over there that Tank couldn't have been fought years ago.
I don't like that Ben could have fought shit like that. I don't like that shit. But I mean,
I'm
I
just
feel
saying, who was over there that he couldn't have been? He could have been fought.
it
Anybody
don't even
that's over
matter.
there.
Like he want to fight him now. It ain't like niggas' careers ain't over. But now all of a sudden they getting paid more than they value. So it's like
Well,
they
that's
acting.
Tank's fault, nigga. You done waited too long.
But all right, well, I mean, hey, you know,
Yeah, nigga,
that's
you
your
don't, nigga,
opinion. I don't feel like
waited
that.
too
I don't
goddamn
feel like he
long.
waited too long. It's just an unfortunate situation. Like
No,
that's what
I'm
I'm saying. I
saying,
don't
well,
even.
he waited long enough to where now, nigga, you mad because somebody then came on the scene and they ain't got to be chasing down behind your ass for a big payday.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I agree with you. Somebody should take his phone, but I feel him. Like that shit will blow me, bro. Like, all right, put it like this. I've
It
been
blew
putting in
him.
all
He
this work.
crashed out.
No, let me tell you why it would blow me, bro. Like I put in all this work. Like right now, what I'm doing right now, right? I'm working. I'm trying to finish this house up, right? So if a nigga got down, it's like, all right, let's say I got employees helping me or some shit, or like some shit like that, and now ain't nobody trying to work with me because they over there.
Cause I done came over here. I got a house over here, and I'm paying niggas good money.
Yeah, but I'm saying like from Tank perspective, it's like I really earned this shit. You see, like that's why I said somebody should just take his phone. I agree with. I ain't gonna lie, but I probably be saying the same shit, but I wouldn't say it on Twitter. I don't even got Twitter. You see what I'm saying?
And
Like
you
that's the
ain't have to
shit.
say it in a disrespectful manner neither.
No, I probably would because I want to beat your ass. Like I don't think he's scared of these niggas. I don't think he's ducking nobody. I just think it's just a frustrating situation for him because I work hard for this shit. I'm getting paid what I weigh, and y'all niggas goddamn acting bougie now because y'all niggas getting overpaid. Y'all niggas ain't even earned shit. Y'all ain't stars. So it's like that. I get it. It just when it come off wrong. It come off
Yeah.
wrong when you say
Man,
it out loud. Like you gonna look like a hater, bro. Like that's all I'm saying. You're gonna look
Go
like
ahead,
a hater,
Red.
but I feel them. You feel me?
Go ahead,
man,
Red.
my thing about Tank, man, is he could have been fought these fights, man. He every time he have a fight, he had promises, man. I'm fighting so and so next.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, he fighting he pulling somebody up or down, and he avoiding them fights, man. And then ain't nobody avoiding him, ain't nobody run off on him. You know they ain't finna wait for him. He's trying to hold people careers up, man. They got legacies to fulfill, and
No, but see
he has
that's what I'm
legacy.
saying.
He
Like
has
he just
legacy
was trying to
now,
fight. He was
but he
trying to
ain't
fight
trying to fight
Shakur.
him.
No, he
He
was
wasn't
just
trying
trying
to
to.
fight
No,
Shakur.
listen. He was just trying to fight Shakur. Shakur admitted it. I mean, that's so like that's what I'm saying. I don't be liking that talk because it's like niggas act like Shakur ain't admit that they want to fight. Then niggas act like they don't remember that Eddie Hearn exposed Shakur by saying we were advised not to talk to Tank. We were advised not to talk to Tank, but it's like niggas always on Tank. So I feel his frustration. I just would stay off Twitter because it's like niggas gonna be trying to twist the shit. Like,
See,
bro,
my
like.
thing is, I
Ain't
understood
nobody
what he
twisting
meant
this shit.
when he said Eddie Hearns. I understood what he meant when Eddie Hearns said what he said. See, the thing is, Tank don't mess with Eddie Hearns. So Shakur was basically saying that if him and Tank can negotiate outside of Eddie Hearns, that's part of his contract where he can negotiate with Tank without Eddie Hearns because Tank don't fuck with Eddie Hearns.
But don't
He
listen,
didn't.
bro. The frustration came. I'm talking about even before he signed Eddie Hearn. They talked to Shakur like niggas be acting like the nigga don't want to fight. Like I just don't like the fact that niggas be trying to act like Tank don't want to fight, bro. They talked to Shakur. Shakur then he said I want a multi-fight deal, and niggas still find a reason to blame fucking Tank. It's like,
But
and the only reason let me finish this. The only reason that the nigga don't want the one fight deal is because the nigga goddamn is getting overpaid. He like I can just go over here and get over fucking paid. I don't need this. That's the frustration. It's just when you say the shit publicly, the way he's saying it, it make people look at you like a hater. So I say somebody should take his phone. But I feel him 100% because the nigga ain't worth that shit. And now he talking about he don't need me. And I'm trying to fight you, nigga. You feel me?
Right,
Like
I
that's
get
all
it.
I'm
I
saying.
get it.
That's
I
all I'm
mean,
saying.
I get it, but you
fucked up perspective, but I understand what you're saying.
I mean,
Shout out to Red.
I know y'all not gonna,
Big
but I ain't
facts.
never heard you like. I mean, I know you say you like Tank, but you be like, I mean, what you be looking at shit. I don't look at it that way at all. That's all. I
I
don't
look
look
at
at
it
it.
for what it is. I look at it like I see what you saying, how you can see it in a different light.
No, but I'm saying if you're looking at it
I'm
for
a
how he is, then you would give
man.
him credit for trying to fight the nigga. He's trying to fight the nigga, but you keep saying he don't want to fight niggas.
What, bro? How am I gonna get him credit when they bring up Shakur Stevenson name and the nigga?
No, but what happened with the phone? Man, of course, you gonna talk shit about the nigga in public, but I'm saying they actually tried to fight him.
He got in the middle of the ring like niggas do and say, "Yo, I want to fight this nigga next." Shakur, how come you not answering the phone? When Tank and Spence was going at it, or Tank is never in that situation where he's constantly saying, "I want to fight this nigga." We're doing everything in our power to fight this nigga. These words are never coming out of this nigga's mouth.
Words don't ever come out of his mouth until he in camp. Anyway,
my thing is, Tank,
why you can't take the traditional route, bro? Like everybody else,
because he ain't everybody else. He ain't like these other niggas. Where that drop at? He's not like these other niggas. Cause you see what I'm saying?
But the thing is, get out of the way. Get the fights out the way. Why are you saying what Shakur did, what this person did? It don't matter what he did. Everybody want to see the fight. So get all over it. What does it matter what he did? Because you ain't did nothing either. You ain't accomplished nothing in the sport as far as like legacy wise. So what have you done?
What I'm saying is basically sounding like he not trying to fight. That's what I'm saying. Niggas keep saying he ain't trying to fight when everybody know the nigga just tried to fight Shakur, but Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal. That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's all the criticism is on Tank and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But that's one situation though, bro. Tank ain't been fighting these fights for years. It's all type of. He ain't fight T.O. He ain't fight Devin Haney for the undisputed. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? All these marinating fights and all this and that. Tank probably could have got a lot of them cats out of there, but he letting these guys mature and get more and more experience, and he already at a disadvantage because he's so small. Like, man, come on now, let's do your thing, brother.
Anybody remember this? I want to fight you next. Since you got so much to say, I ain't out my contract. Since you got so much to say, I want to fight you next, Devin Haney. So
that's what I'm saying.
Man, listen,
done it before.
Man,
he's done it. He's done it. He just never followed through with none of this shit.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like people always take the other nigga's side. Like, how the fuck you know Devin want to fight him? That's what I'm saying. Like, the shit don't even make sense. But it's okay. I get it.
Devin was a whole free agent without a fight.
But how the fuck you know he would have? Bro, listen, bro. I look at shit totally different. Like, Devin.
All right, hold on. This is where I'm looking at it. You got somebody in a Devin Haney, despite whatever. We can say what we want about Devin Haney. I've got my knocks and criticism about Devin Haney for sure.
Right.
But the nigga been taking the fights. The nigga been fighting these niggas. T.O. been fighting. All of these niggas been fighting these. They been fighting each other.
That's what I'm saying. I can't even argue about this shit because Tank puts you in a bad position because he don't. I don't like taking up for this nigga at all. Like, that's why I say somebody should take his phone. I feel where he coming from. I understand how he coming, but everybody don't. So I just gotta chill because I can't defend this shit at the end of the day.
The shit is undefendable, my nigga.
I can't defend. That's what I'm saying. He ain't even me. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit up here and act like I know this man.
How he shitting on a bunch of? How you gonna come out publicly and shit on a bunch of niggas over there celebrating the sport of boxing, bro?
I mean, he felt like he should have been like because he wasn't invited. And that's disrespectful.
Well, why would you even want to be invited when you have publicly let us know that you don't give a fuck?
It don't even fucking matter. It's still the sport. It's like, nigga, that shit is, listen, bro, when you dealing with business, it should not ever be personal. If you the boss, like, niggas can throw a fit, but at the end of the day, nigga, that nigga is one of the faces of boxing. That's shit disrespectful not to invite him. But that's what I'm saying. He got to just stay off Twitter because niggas flip shit. Like, I feel exactly how he feel, but you can't say it.
Hold on,
you can't say it.
Let me put it to you this way, and maybe you can understand it better. I love fishing, right?
Right.
And I'm just saying hypothetically, I love fishing. That's all I do. Me and the niggas, we fuck with fishing heavy. You don't give a fuck about fishing. Why would I invite you fishing?
Bro, listen. The niggas in the sport. It's not fishing, bro. Bro, he that don't even make sense because he is a boxer and this is boxing. And that was a boxing award. They even nominated this nigga. They got the nigga on the screen. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. That shit disrespectful, bro. I mean, y'all not gonna see it how I see it. That's what I'm saying. I don't even the same way I say somebody should take his phone.
Not disrespectful,
no,
bro.
This is same way I say somebody should take his phone. When I start trying to defend Tank, somebody should take my phone. because
Yeah.
I don't. No, for real. Because like I understand totally. But at the end of the day, you can't go against no motherfucking billionaire who got a country. Like it's fucked up. So at the end of the day, I ain't got shit to say. It's fucked
Look,
up.
bro, at the end of the day, it's just bad business anyway to even go against Turkey regardless, because at the end of the day, bro, if you paying attention to what's going on, you want to keep those avenues open, man, because
That's why I say
especially if you look at the dynamic of things, then he mad because ain't nobody invite him. But bro, when Turkey tries to deal with you, bro, you disrespectful. You ain't even
But why
trying to.
you? But what I'm saying is y'all missing the point. Why the fuck I gotta deal with you for you to invite me to the boxing awards? I'm one of the faces.
No,
That's
I agree with that.
disrespectful. But y'all don't not
I
gonna
agree,
feel that shit. So I
I
can't I
agree with
can't
that.
argue this shit. And that's why
I
I
feel
say,
like
but I agree
the king.
100%. Now listen, I agree 100% with what you're saying. You don't want to fall out with this nigga. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't even be like that because nigga is boxing. Like
No,
it's like, but
I agree with you. I agree
that
with
nigga
you
is
when it comes down to
that
Nah,
nigga
fuck
Turkey
that.
sensitive as fuck if he goddamn ain't invite Tank because the nigga said some shit about Ferraris. That's not no boss shit. You ain't no boss. You
Nah.
stooping down to these niggas level. Because how the fuck you not gonna invite Tank? That's crazy. And
no.
you got
It's
the nigga
crazy.
video. You got him as nominated for the shit. And you ain't even invite the
What?
nigga, bro.
I ain't know he was nominated for shit. What was it? What
You ain't
category
even
was he
watch it
nominated?
then. He was nominated for
What?
Listen,
knockout
man.
of the year.
No. I seen all of the winners. I looked at all of the niggas who
Oh yeah,
won.
now I watched the whole thing from
If he was
beginning to end.
nominated, he ain't win shit.
Bro, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. He goddamn was nominated for knockout of the year for the Frank
Oh,
Mar
okay.
fight. So how the fuck you
Listen,
gonna have the nigga nominated acting like? So that's what I'm saying. If he's so insulted about the fucking Ferraris, why the fuck you nominate me? Why the fuck is you talking about me? What the fuck
But
is
then,
going on?
that's a committee
listen,
that
bro.
do that, bro.
Man,
I agree
listen.
with you.
That's what I'm
I agree
saying.
with
Niggas
you.
not gonna
I
feel
agree
me,
with you
bro.
when it
But
comes
that's
down
why
to
I say.
the.
That's why I
Come on,
say
man.
somebody need to take his phone because at the end of the day, it ain't nothing you can do about Turkey having a chokehold on this shit. The shit is changing. I understand your frustration 100%, but you gonna get blackballed fucking around with this emotional ass Saudi Arabian nigga, dog. So at the end of the day, because nigga Bob Arum don't act like that. Al Heyman don't talk at all. Turkey, this nigga trashes hotel rooms. Nigga got them catch an attitude. I ain't gonna invite none of y'all niggas then. The fuck? That ain't no boss. But listen, y'all never gonna feel that shit. Somebody should take my phone. I gotta get better to work. I'ma just tune in. Somebody should take Tank phone.
But you gotta
Somebody should take Tank
understand, Turkey
phone,
just
and they should take my phone. Huh?
Turkey just a nigga with a fan with money, bro. So it
Exactly,
ain't
bro.
about him
That's
being
what I'm
no
saying. That
boss.
ain't. That's
It
what.
ain't about him
That's
being no
exactly why
boss.
he didn't invite Tank. That's
Yeah,
that's some
no,
No,
it's not.
bullshit.
I feel like he should invite a Tank because that's why you can't really respect the ring magazine belt, because at the end of the day, bro, no matter how you feel about a fighter, bro, he part of the boxing organization. You got to invite everybody because that's why when you do shit like that, you create motherfuckers thinking you biased and shit. You feel me?
Exactly. It was biased, bro. But everybody's just against Tank because niggas love these other niggas, and
No,
these
oh,
niggas
hold up,
ain't
real
shit.
quick, real quick, real
Like
quick,
it's
real
like,
quick, real
bro.
quick, real quick, real quick. If a nigga publicly expresses the fact that he don't care about none of that shit, you
Bro,
say
the nigga
you don't
purposely didn't
care about
invite
none of
nobody.
that shit.
He's one man, bro. The nigga Turkey didn't invite no PBC nigga, dog, and had them niggas face on the screen.
Well,
Bro,
that's
that shit
because they ain't
disrespectful.
playing
Bro, the
ball. Them
nigga
niggas
goddamn
ain't
was giving
playing
awards to
ball.
niggas who ain't even deserve the shit.
Them niggas ain't playing ball. If you ain't playing
Man,
ball,
fuck
why the fuck
playing
you want to be
ball.
over
But
here?
at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. You can't even go against this nigga, bro. This nigga taking over the fucking sport. So it's like, it's unfortunate, but somebody do need to take his phone because it's like if you want to continue to eat, you gotta shut the fuck up. And that's unfortunate. That's a monopoly shit. You gotta kiss the
Nah,
ring. Who the
Tank
fuck
gonna
wanna
eat
kiss a ring?
regardless.
Who
Tank
the
gonna
fuck
eat
wanna kiss a
regardless.
ring? And what the fuck this nigga do that was excellent? The only reason I thought these niggas was calling this nigga excellency is because I thought this nigga was the king of Saudi Arabia. Come to find out, this nigga just the sports. He just the sports division.
You
So
just
you
you
ain't even
just
excellent, nigga. Nigga,
you
you
just
bro. I'm
finding that
not
shit
calling
out.
no nigga excellent. You was just a nigga from Saudi Arabia. The
I ain't
fuck?
never with that. I ain't never with they calling that nigga excellency
That's what
shit.
I'm
Fuck
saying. But
all
that's
that.
bro. I'm not with
That's
none of
they
that
shit.
shit. I'm not with none of
That's
that
they
shit. I
shit.
wish, bro. I really wish it was a nigga from America who was able to do this shit. I wish
Yeah,
Elon Musk would have did this shit. But
but
no, it's this Saudi
America too
Arabian nigga.
greedy.
These niggas is dictators. And if you don't These niggas emotional as fuck, and if you don't act how they want you to act, they try to act like you ain't even a part of the sport, and that shit is not right. And niggas acting like Tank tripping.
They
That's why
not
he got to
trying to.
get off
They
the
not
internet.
acting like Tank ain't a part of the sport. They just recognizing that, hey, we extended this. First of all, Turkey extended the olive branch to Tank long time ago. You spit in the nigga face.
It's bigger than
Then
Tank,
you
though.
go on to say that you don't give a fuck about legacy. You don't give a fuck about belts. You don't give a fuck about
It's
none
bigger
of
than
that
Tank,
shit.
bro. It's bigger than Tank, bro. He didn't invite no
Value,
niggas.
my guy. They're taking him at face value.
Bro,
If you don't give a fuck about none of this shit, then we ain't got nothing for you.
But it ain't
That's
about Tank.
no.
They didn't invite nobody else. They didn't invite nobody else. It ain't even just Tank, bro. They didn't invite nobody else
Because
except
they
the
ain't even
niggas who goddamn. Bro, listen. The only niggas he invited,
understand, bro. Who's left out in the cold right now?
nigga, everybody who's on the
The Turk
PBC.
got business with all these other niggas except for who?
Bro, but it shouldn't be about who you got business with if you really
We
for the
don't give a fuck
sport.
about that, bro.
Bro, listen, it
They don't
shouldn't
give a
be
fuck
about,
about
man,
that.
listen, bro, you niggas ain't gonna feel me, bro. I ain't
You
gonna lie.
on some moral high ground right now. Let me tell you something about moral high ground. It's windy as shit up there.
Man, listen,
This
bro.
nigga is a
ESPN.
fan with money. This ain't got nothing to do about moral high ground, nigga.
Exactly. That's why it's some bullshit. I feel him, but I do agree with you. Somebody should take his phone, but that is some bullshit. It's some bullshit that a fan run the sport, not a businessman. A fan.
Keep this now. If
That's some
Turkey,
bullshit.
if the promoters was sticking together and making the fights together instead of blackballing each other and not working together, then Turkey would have never had to jump in the industry.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Bro, listen, I agree with the nigga. Somebody need to take his phone. I 100% agree because it's unfortunate that a fucking dictator came in this bitch. You see what I'm saying? And he got so much money that he can fuck you up. So it's like, I get it, but it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Because guess what? When you tried to make these fights, they always came with who gonna pay for the fight. All right, nobody's gonna put the money down for these fights. Turkey getting the money out the way. So at the end of the day, now you get to see who real and who ain't. Because
Bro,
at the end of the day,
I appreciate what Turkey doing. Like, I do like the fights. I like all that shit. I'm just saying, like, to not include everybody just because they don't want to goddamn get with you is not right, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Because you gotta understand that's a big part of that's not a big part of the reason why he didn't invite that nigga, man.
Man, I don't know why that nigga didn't invite me. But it ain't just about him. That's what I'm saying. Y'all making it about him, bro. It's not even about him. It's not about Tank. It's not about one fighter. I'm saying the point is, if you do not do business with me, you ain't getting no boxing awards. You ain't getting shit. That's fucked up. It could be Charlo. It could be Errol Spence. Bro, I know they ain't been doing nothing. Listen, bro, hold on. Let me finish. Listen, if it wasn't them, bro.
I don't even know if none of
even Sebastian
we don't even know
Fundora
for sure that they all didn't get an invite. Like, we don't know who all got an invites or not. What
Sebastian
we do
Fundora, bro, the PBC niggas. Well, it's a crazy coincidence that nobody from PBC was in that bitch for real.
Man, that's the
and it's unfortunate that some nigga named Moses got prospect of the year. Who the fuck is that? But listen, bro,
Moses
I get it.
Atama?
Man, what?
I know who that is, bro. But I'm saying, bro, Abdullah Mason was hands down that shit. Like, it's just certain shit.
He lost it when he got dropped twice by nobody.
He got dropped. Other dude been knocking cats out in a couple seconds.
Yeah, Atama been fucking niggas up left and right. Abdullah got dropped in his last fight twice by nobody.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I like what Turkey doing for the sport. I just don't like bro. Listen, you can't be having your emotions in the shit. Even if the fighters are emotional, that's what fighters be doing, being emotional. But like, that shouldn't change how you run your business, bro. You trying to run the sport, but then you not including everybody, and that's not right. That's all I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying is I understand Tank frustration, but he need to shut the fuck up at the same time.
Yeah, because no matter how, here's my thing, no matter how you felt about not getting invited, I still think shitting on all them niggas wasn't the way to go about it.
Oh, I agree. I just don't agree that he's right. Like, not right.
They decided to do business and do what's best for their family, bro. That's all I'm saying. Because that's what I see. When I see niggas making a decision to get in line with Turk and see what he's doing for these fighters and the sport, they're making the best business decision for themselves and their family. And how can any man shit on that?
That's what I'm saying. He not like that's what I'm saying. It's not. He should shut the fuck up. I agree 100%. I'm just saying it just ain't all right. But it is. I'm happy with the fights we get. I'm happy with all that shit. And I do wish Tank would go over there, bro. But at the end of the day, he shouldn't have to go over there to be invited to a boxing award, especially when you nominated. That's all I'm saying. I understand the frustration with that shit, bro. Like, how the fuck you sitting at home watching shit you weren't invited for, and you get nominated for knockout of the year? It's like, bro, what the fuck? Come on, bro. Put yourself in the nigga's shoes. Like, I mean, but he should shut the fuck up. I agree. He should shut the fuck up, and he should go over there. He should go over there. You know what I'm saying? He should go over there.
I'm glad you feel that way, man. Because
I feel like Tank, if he would have invited Tank on, I don't think Tank would have even went, because he act like he don't give a fuck about none of that.
Man, I mean,
he don't.
Hey, bro, but I mean, that's, but you still got to invite the nigga. But at the end of the day, look, I just want to respond to Jessica. She said, "Yeah, you're a fanboy for sure." That's not even my favorite fighter, Miss Jessica. I'm not gonna disrespect you because you're a young lady, but that's not even my favorite fighter. My favorite fighters are Canelo, Errol Spence, and Navarrete. So I don't know what the hell you talking about. So, but I'm gonna get up off of here. Like I said, niggas got to take my phone because niggas not gonna feel me. So I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna just tune in.
Okay, all right, Casino. I appreciate you, man, for coming through. My guy, Casino Prez, man. Hey, listen, Tank his dog, man. He love that nigga. No matter what he say, that nigga is most definitely one of his favorite fighters for sure. But yeah, man,
you gotta believe that.
When it comes to Tank, man, you know, when you make those kind of statements, and again, I'm surprised Bud isn't the only fighter that came out and said something publicly. But now it's 10 o'clock at night here on the East Coast. Somebody else might have said something by now on Twitter, so we don't know. But Bud had the balls to actually confront Tank today about what he said on Twitter. I don't know if you caught that, Red. Did you get it?
I caught it.
Yeah. And you know, I had to, listen, you got to give Bud a little bit of credit for at least trying and attempting to check Tank for that, because again, it was completely out of line. Whether you was invited or not, whatever the case may be, man, leave them folk alone, because they doing some shit over there that you don't even care about.
Yeah, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it, man. That's what he need to understand, man. Sometimes, Turkey now, man, these cats real professional, man. They handle real business, man. And if you coming off like that, bro, that mean you don't know how to even take care of no business. You too emotional to even handle business.
That's a great point, Red. Go ahead.
And then you got to think about it, man. Tank really getting finessed for real, because Tank, man, really should be worth way more money. From what you remember, what you said, he should be worth way more money, man. 10 million, man. But for a cat that's been going crazy like Tank and had a rabid fan base, he got is diabolical for real. And then Canelo went for 300 million. You getting stroked. You basically been promoting the whole people. You've been the one funding the whole PBC for real. Because Canelo get all the money from the fight for his fights. I don't even think PBC even get no cheese really from Canelo. Canelo get everything.
Fact. Yeah, they get
all the way down to concessions.
Canelo get them niggas crumbs. You feel me?
Literally.
You know what's crazy? Let me say this real quick, Red. You know what's crazy? Well, the bread that Canelo got. And again, Canelo was arguably the richest nigga in the room with all of them fighters combined.
Facts.
Canelo was arguably the richest cat in the room, right?
Right.
He's over there with the Turk, nigga. Because
man,
he wants to do good business. Him and his team see like, hey, yo, look at this avenue just opened up. You know what I mean? A few years ago, it was all about the PBC and the money that they were spending. Now it's about this nigga Turk and the money that he's spending. I don't give a fuck how much money I got. I'm over here enjoying awards, and I'm lining myself up to be in goddamn pay rotation.
Man, listen, ain't no loyalty in business, man. Business is cutthroat.
Business is business.
So at the end of the day, Canelo, man, always showed that he ain't got no loyalty to no promoters, man. He gonna do wherever the money at, whatever is best for him and his situation. And that's what Tank needs to understand. You got to do all that loyalty, man. First of all, they on finesse. You thinking you finna get this 7-fight deal for 200-something million, and you frustrated and you venting it and blowing up at everybody because obviously they must have jacked it down to you. They wasn't truthful about it. You know, they had you sign something and it ain't turning out to be nothing like what you thought it was gonna be. So you pressed. And you know, he see all these other fighters now, they making all this money, you know, and then on top of that, they all under places that Tank don't want to deal with. So it's like he left out in the cold for real. In less than a year, you went from being the number one dude that everybody begging and you turning them down to now ain't nobody sweating you for real no more. And then he feels some type of way. And then on top of that, I be feeling like I don't think Tank really care about going to awards for real. I feel like Tank is just trying to keep his name and, you know, keep his name buzzing because he got a fight coming up, man. He the only one really promoting the fight for real. They ain't really talking about it like that. And Roshan disappeared. You know what I mean? So I feel like Tank doing what he do, man. He just making sure he keep his name in the algorithm.
Well, fact. I can dig it. Shout out my girl Jessica in the chat. She said, I don't understand why getting in business with Turkey is a bad thing. It's not. It's not. Sis, I promise you it's not, man. That's just a fan with some money, man, that's spending it the right way, in my opinion, in the sport of boxing. And it's nothing wrong with aligning yourself with the Turk to get in line for one of them paydays and doing what's best for your family, bro. Nothing in the world wrong with that, bro. And see the way Tank is doing, and the people who follow Tank and who Tank got some mind control over, they're gonna look at it different when it's simple to look at. This shit is checkers. It's not chess. Shout out to somebody put that in the chat, and that's completely correct. This shit is checkers. It ain't chess. Turk is paying good money to make these good fights, because it's not like he's paying a lot of money for fucked up bad fights. He's paying these niggas good money for the best fighting the best. He's paying them what he probably feels that they deserve, because it's the best fighting the best. It's not being marinated and all of this extra bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to be mad at that, bro.
Yeah, you can't be mad at Turkey, because at the end of the day, everybody's saying people overpaid and all this and that. But the thing is, you gotta do. That's the only thing you really can do to entice these fighters to fight each other. You gotta pay them. And then at the end of the day, you know, who wouldn't go fight with Turkey? Any fight can be your last fight, man. Boxing is super dangerous. Any fight can be your last fight. So why not have a fight for the biggest bag possible? It just don't make sense to do that, because, you know, especially people got families, man, and you leaving them behind. You having a $300,000 fight, and you banking on pay-per-view when Turkey getting you 5, 6, 7 million up front.
Yeah, man. I mean, just again, chess not checker. Shout out my guy Boxing Kangaroo. He said, can Tank even get a passport? Yeah, I think he does have one. He just recently, not too long ago, was overseas with, I want to say, the Olympic team. They, you know, if he wants to travel for work, he just has to ask the courts for permission, and if they grant him the permission, he can travel. Or just like if he did what was to go to like the Ring Magazine Awards, if he asked for permission, they probably would have granted him to go to the award show.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm sure Turkey can pull some strings.
Yeah. Shout out DJ in the chat. He said Bud is an ambassador for Riyadh. He was kind of obligated to have to respond, right? It's a lot, but no, because it's a lot of ambassadors for Riyadh. I think Larissa Shields is one. AJ, it's a bunch of them. But I guess he's the ambassador for the states. Was it any other extra ones for the state? I think it was a couple more ambassadors for the United States too, though. Casino on the chat said, I agree 100%. I want Tank and Saudi. Don't get it twisted. Boxing Kangaroo, that was my comment. Heavy checkers, not chess. No doubt. Shout out to you. Boxing Kangaroo. Casino, get off your phone, my guy. Facts, man. Yeah, man. I just and again, for me, it just seems like, and it felt like he was bothered, a little bit jealous, you know what I mean, a little bit mad that you wasn't invited to something that you don't care about. You can't tell us on one hand that you don't care about none of that shit, but on the other hand, you're salty about not getting invited to that shit. That shit don't even go together.
That and he kind of mad at the whole dynamic, because they basically, you know, he had boxing in the chokehold for the lightweights, and they basically just, you know, he don't want to fight the fight, so they basically just pushed him to the side, like, all right, everybody else gonna fight around you. Then if you don't want to do it, then we gonna fight around you.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. Listen, one monkey don't stop no show. It never has, and it never will.
Yeah, right,
you know what I'm saying? You always find a way to move on. And unfortunately for Tank Davis, you know, I think it was more of a reality check for him. To make him say those things about those guys who ain't done nothing to him, man, and they all again just trying to do the best business. All right, I want to move on real quick, man. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the last two subjects for this live. Shout out my guy Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Sr. came and hang out with us. He kind of threw me for a loop because normally I ain't on this long. But Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, it appears the Turk got them to agree upon terms that's going to actually happen in 2025. Listen, I like it. I mean, I continuously said for Devin Haney, that's the only fight that I would want. I wouldn't want to fight nobody else. But I do think, you know, if he could get a fight in before then, if they made that a little bit later in the year, that will work out perfect because the long layoff, of course, for both Ryan and Devin Haney. And for Devin Haney, just to kind of get that confidence back that we talked about a little bit earlier with Senior. You know, once you get beat up on like that, sometimes that shit creep in the back of your mind, and you want to kind of get over those jitters before you get back in there with Tank or with Ryan. Not to say that it can't come back, but I think you'll be a little bit better prepared. Now, Red, since I got you here with me, your thoughts, man. Ryan Garcia, the rematch. You giving Devin Haney a real shot at beating Ryan in the rematch?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, for the most part, man, I just feel like he just needed to start. I think that was good for Devin. I think it was good for Devin to go face adversity, you know, and come up short. Because, you know, most of the time that kind of stuff, man, is show you what you made of, you know. And from what I've seen, it showed that he, you know, he got some toughness about himself, you know. So I feel like, you know, if he can keep that hand up, you know, and protect himself and box like he normally do instead of fighting a fight that ain't his style. You're not a heavy puncher. You're not a hard puncher to be trying to box in the middle of the ring. That's not your thing. Stick to what you know and what got you where you are. As long as he do that, I think he can spank Garcia for 12 rounds. I don't think Garcia don't got no talent really, but that left hook. That's all he got. I don't see nothing else special about him. He ain't got no footwork or nothing.
And I've been saying the same thing about Ryan for a long time. I think it's a reason he's never been a champion. There's a reason behind that. Now, you know, big shout out to him for wanting to take the challenges of a Tank Davis and a Devin Haney. And now I think he spilled the beans about him fighting Teofimo, possibility of him fighting Teofimo next. Maybe in Devin said he would look for him in April or May. You know, a ton of credit for wanting to take those fights and actually taking them. But I've never seen anything extremely special about his game, except for the fact that he's got some pretty quick hands and some decent power, but extremely beatable. And for Devin Haney, if he comes in there with that Regis Prograis mindset, if he comes in there and he fights Ryan like he fought Regis Prograis instead of going in there trying to prove a point to knock Ryan out, listen, Devin was on the front foot for more than half of that fight. When do we know Devin to be on the front foot moving forward? Like he's some type of power puncher. It was the completely wrong game plan. And Devin is completely equipped with everything he needs to be the fighter like Ryan Garcia, in my opinion. I think he learns from that mistake. And I think in his rematch, you'll see a completely different Devin. You'll see the Devin that you're used to seeing more than likely. A little bit timid, on the back foot, stand behind the jab and jabbing Ryan Garcia's head off. And even in that fight, and I tell you guys, go watch that fight again. There were spots where I felt like, okay, Devin understand he can't come on the front foot and try and knock Ryan Garcia out no more. He started boxing. And he had some good rounds in there, right? Outside of the knockdowns, it was some decent Devin Haney rounds. And it was a round where he hit Ryan Garcia with a mean right hand that woke his ass up, wobbled his legs a little bit and woke him up. So he did have some success against Ryan. But if he is, the Devin Haney that got himself through undisputed in Linares and Lomachenko. Ryan's no different. I think he beats him.
Yeah, I most definitely think he beats him. Like I said, man, long as Devin come behind his jab and let everything be established through his jab, I think he should be fine. The thing is with my boy Ryan is that Devin ain't never fought no guy that's actually his size. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's somewhat been a weight bully, sort of say, you know, because he's young and he can cut the weight, you know.
Yeah.
So he used that to his advantage. You know, he always been, so for him to fight somebody his size, he can't absorb they punches like he been absorbing all these smaller guys' punches. And you know, I think that, like I said, so I feel like he really needs to go ahead and tighten up that defense, because you know Devin always been a good boxer and he ain't really been getting hit a lot. He pretty good at being defensively sound, but like you said, Ryan got real fast hands, and it be the shots you don't see that get you up out of there. And I feel like if he wouldn't have got caught by Ryan so early in that fight, the fight might have been different. I think that power that caught him off guard like that changed the whole dynamic of the fight. Even though Devin most definitely was boxing his head off for at least 5 rounds I've seen. You know, he was doing his thing, but it's like he never was fully recovered though. You know, it seemed like every time he'd get there, and then for some reason he'd go back to fighting on the front foot and end up getting caught. Like,
yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. Shout out Boxing Kangaroo. You say, hey, I think if you get rocked and your equilibrium gets blown out, you go into survival mode and you go away from your game plan. Yeah. I mean, that's easy to do. You can do that in sparring too. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, the wrong shot from Ryan could send Devin spiraling, but a lot of the times it'll make him timid. And I think a timid, afraid Devin is more dangerous than a Devin who feels like he can be slick and land some power punches, right? Because if he's just stuck on his back foot boxing you, I think that's worse for Ryan Garcia, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think being cautious for Devin is a better Devin. I feel like Devin went in there a little too cocky because he probably felt like Ryan wasn't putting in the work, and he thought he was just gonna plow through him real quick, and he got surprised. So I think now, since he's gonna be, expecting or at least anticipating, more than what he was at first, and he gonna be cautious, and I think that's gonna work in his favor as well. On top of the fact that he purposely took all his time off, because I really feel like Devin really tightened up his defense with all his time that he been off. I think he been working.
Word, facts. Shout out my guy DJ in the chat. He say, I don't believe Ryan should get that nigga an opportunity. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a bean. If I'm Ryan, I would probably say the same thing. It would have to be in the back of my mind. Like, I think Ryan knows that Devin fought the wrong fight, and he's probably not going to get the same Ryan, but he's going to have that confidence that he can do the same thing. But in Ryan's situation, I probably wouldn't fight. I might not fight Devin too. But at the same time, if you Ryan, you want to prove it wasn't a fluke. You want to prove it had nothing to do with, the eye string. So you got something to prove there as well. So if you do fight him again and beat him, that solidifies everything for you. You know what I mean? And if you care about those things, right? This for Ryan is a legacy fight, right? I'm fighting you again to prove that, hey, that shit ain't had nothing to do with me whooping your ass. I'm about to be clean, and I'm gonna come in here and whoop your ass again. So, and
that's why I would fight him. That's the reason why, if I was Ryan, I would fight him.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying too, because if Ryan lose, everybody gonna be, that's because he was cheating and blah blah blah. I most definitely understand it, and it's a big risk, because
it's a risk.
Because if Ryan lose, it's most definitely gonna it's gonna be a hit to his to his brand for sure.
Yeah, his credibility and his brand, man, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Casino back in the chat. He said, T.O., you know how you said you wouldn't call a man your excellency. I think that's what he mean by dick eating, but it's dumb to go against the powers at B. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it dick eating, because if that's that man's title, because it is, that's his title, and where he's from in Saudi Arabia, everyone dresses him as his excellency because of the position he holds. If they want to do that, I can't say that that's dick eating. You know what I mean? They just choosing to show him the proper respect that he gets in his own country. You know what I mean? Now, me, on the other hand, I'm just a nigga out of Norfolk. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Now, if that nigga came over here with a check, he could very well turn into his excellency.
I knew you was going with that. Hey, for real though, because I'm like, hey, right now he's Thanksgiving. I call him Thanksgiving.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga, depending on how fat that check is, nigga might end up being your excellency like a motherfucker. I'm just keeping it a bean, nigga. Fuck it. I'm being real. DJ in the chat, I said Kangaroo Ryan, the cash cow against whoever he fights. He can get to the bag against anyone else as soon as the lawsuit dropped. All bets are all facts. Facts. What's his position? He's like the overseer of all like events and shit over there in Saudi Arabia, man. Like all recreational sporting events, all that type shit. I forgot exactly what it's called, but yeah. And that's a part of his title, though. His excellency is a part of his title. Yeah. All right, man. So for me, man, I think if they do it, well, they both agreed to terms with the Turks, so it's probably gonna happen. They're gonna get a big bag to do so. I think Devin has a hell of a chance, man. Again, if he sticks to the game plan, he stick to his guns. I can see Devin outboxing Ryan. Like you say, man, I don't see nothing special about Ryan. But I love the fact that Ryan just don't mind mixing it up with these cats at all. For sure.
I most definitely respect Ryan for that, for getting in the ring though, because it take heart to be making them fights.
Yeah. All right, man. Last order of business, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Also, we got the breaking news out of London with Turkey Al Sheik. Let me play this shit. I like this shit, y'all. Check this shit out. Breaking news, nigga. Canelo Alvarez, Bud Crawford, both have agreed to terms with the Turkey Al Sheik for a showdown in September. And listen, I like it. I ain't gonna lie, I like it. Red, you like this fight?
Man, what? Man, listen, man. You like you saying my comment on that too. Man, listen, man. I really feel like Crawford gonna be able to handle some business. You know, one cat told me like, "Dang, you hate Canelo that much?" I don't hate Canelo, man. I really don't. I just feel like Crawford can handle business, man. As long as he stays smart and don't be getting caught. But I don't think he gonna have that fight like Madrimov. I think Canelo gonna be way more aggressive than Madrimov. Madrimov was most definitely standoffish. And if you faint 30 times and you was anticipating on a punch that ain't coming, of course you're gonna be able to catch a cat after 30 feints. You know what I mean? And Canelo don't fight that way. Canelo is more predictable, and Canelo fights the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? The only thing he needs to watch out for Canelo is his left, because he likes to change levels in mid punch. He might look like he's finna go for your body and catch you in your jaw. Word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got to pay attention to that. But my thing is, with Crawford, I don't think the main thing is going to be the fight itself. I think the main obstacle is, like I said, to see how he going to be around that weight. I feel like he should fight at 160. You know, instead of just sitting out until September. I think that'd be a work against him to sit out until September. I feel like he should have a fight at 160 to try to get used to a little bit of that weight, you know, and get his feet wet around them upper weight classes. And then I feel like Crawford might have the biggest issue is the fact that the politics of boxing probably try to go against Crawford. Crawford really got to make it completely obvious that he won that fight, because if it's any kind of inkling or if he barely win, he gonna lose, because Canelo fights and his winnings and his status pays a lot of people, man.
Yeah. For sure. I agree. Shout out DJ in the chat. Thank you for clearing that up. I don't know what the hell they call the king over there, Casino. You guys got the internet at your fingertips. Definitely let us know. But yeah, facts, man. Understand that, they got kings and shit over there, and he up there, like up under the king somewhere, and got access to a lot of bread, and he getting a lot of bread himself. Matter of fact, he bought the ring with his own money. That Riyadh season shit, that's for the actual country, but that ring shit, that's personal. You know what I mean? That's just the turkey Al Sheik. But yeah, agree, man. But listen, I like the fight for boxing, but I don't like the fight for Bud. And like I continuously say, my heart with Bud, I'm rooting for Bud. Want to see Bud win and do good, but I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? I can't see it. And I can remember it just feels like a short time ago when they asked Bud about a potential fight between, I forget who it was, and Bud was quick to say, man, this weight class is for a reason.
I remember that.
Yeah. And somewhere between now and then, he kind of changed his tune, because he wants to, challenge himself, in his words, against another great, which is cool. But then I go and I look at the Madrimov fight.
Right.
And I'll even say I think Madrimov, given how he fought the pound for pound king in Bud Crawford, his IQ level is right up there with Canelo Alvarez's when it comes to the sport of boxing, especially with that Eastern European style and the way he was able to feint. Listen, if you look at Bud's face at the end of that Madrimov fight, you could tell he was in a fight, bro.
Yeah, he was swole. He ain't got hit that connect that clean in years.
But Bud did not go in there and wash Madrimov.
No,
it's the reason why Bud 12 knockout streak ended when he fought Madrimov. Well, I do believe the weight played a significant part of that, along with the skill set of Madrimov.
I agree. And you know, go ahead.
I ask you this. Do you think Canelo Alvarez is a better fighter than Ismail Madrimov?
Styles make fights, man. I can't. I don't.
Who you think's better, Canelo or Madrimov?
You gotta go with Canelo for sure. Like I can't really bet against.
I think the consensus would be that Canelo's a better fighter than Madrimov.
Right, you gotta give Madrimov ain't showed me, and I ain't seen enough of him to be able to go against Canelo.
Exactly. All you've seen him do is stand toe to toe and go blow for blow, IQ for IQ with the pound for pound king, which says a lot now. That says a lot. But you're not going to say that he's better than Canelo. You're still going to say, hey, Canelo's a better fighter.
Right, I agree. I agree.
You look at the adversity to an extent. He was able to put the pound for pound king Bud Crawford through.
I agree with that.
Nice too. I ain't never seen Bud shit knotted up like that.
I ain't never seen him get caught that clean either. He was getting rocked with that joint.
Yeah, Bud shit was knotted up. Let's call it what it is. He was knotted the fuck up.
Yeah, he was getting rocked for sure.
So when I take that fight into consideration,
right,
the struggles of a bigger man who has a really, really good skill set, and I say, damn, hey man, that little bit of weight, that was enough weight to stop the KO streak, right? That skill set was enough to give some really, really close rounds and to say, hey, Madrimov did really well against Bud Crawford. Now, if I put him in there with Canelo Alvarez and move him up 2 more weight classes, you can pretty much kiss the power goodbye. That's going to be a non-motherfucking factor. And now you in there with a much bigger guy with who we believe has a better skill set than the last guy he fought. And I'm just using logic here, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm doing. I'm just using logic here. This is just 1 plus 1 equals 2.
Canelo is most definitely a heavier guy. He comfortable at that weight class. He been there for a while. He been rocking cats there for years. Crawford coming up through his whole career from 135 all the way up to wherever he is now. I get it. So any logical thinker is gonna ride with Canelo because it makes sense. That's what happens 95% of the time. But I just really feel like Crawford.
Well, let me finish though. Let me finish. I want to go ahead and land the plane for you. Now you put him. You got Crawford, who's 1 fight removed from the welterweight division. So to me, I'm just saying he's still pretty much a welterweight. You're 1 fight removed from being at 47, right?
Right.
We ain't seen Canelo fight nobody as small as Bud, and you could say Charlo at 54, but this was a Charlo who spent his entire career at 54 and had no problem ballooning, right? To an extent, right? So you ain't seen Canelo fight nobody this motherfucking small in a minute.
Probably since he was at 154.
And you were talking about the same Canelo who's dropping niggas over 200 pounds. Anybody who don't think your boy was damn near 200 pounds, Berlanga, he was big.
Most definitely was. Most definitely.
Dropped him. Munguia dropped. He's dropping way bigger men than a Bud Crawford.
Yeah, he can't get hit.
I don't think that one of those same shots, if it were to land on Bud, couldn't potentially get him out of there as a fucking fool.
I agree.
Bring my guy DJ up.
If you get caught clean, it's over.
Yeah. And to finish landing the plane, when I think of all of these things, when I put it all together, nigga, when I paint this whole picture and I put it all together, I feel like it's just so many different ways Canelo could win this fight. And it's only ain't but one way Bud Crawford could win this fight. So I gotta go with Canelo. He's got the experience up there. He's got the power up there. Whether we want to believe it or not, because Canelo's got a lot of fights, it don't matter. He's still the younger fighter. You know what I mean? People will say he's got more wear and tear on his body. Sure, maybe to an extent, but he's still the younger fighter. And we never know when 37-year-old, like the real 37-year-old Bud Crawford to show up. Because Father Time got a way of tricking your ass, and he'll show up out of nowhere.
Facts. I agree with
Father
that.
Time will show his ass up out of nowhere. So when I think of everything and I put it together, it's a lot of red flags. It's a lot of things, in my opinion, that just goes against Bud. And that's why I said initially I didn't like the fight for Bud, but it's here now. I'm going to be excited for it, but I got to take Canelo.
So I just wanted to rewind on a couple of points there because I'm going to give you some food for thought.
Okay, yes, sir, DJ.
So for any of you here, I'm happy to get your opinions, right? Because this is just mine. But the February the 22nd, not only am I actually looking forward to the fight, and we don't do triangle theories here, Heavy, I know that, but you're going to learn a little bit more about Madrimov than what you did, or what you knew of him prior to actually him fighting Bud. One of the things that I've learned in 2024 is the Eastern European boxers that have got big amateur backgrounds have got heads like Besser blocks. You cannot knock them out. right? So two things that go with that. If you assume that Virgil has some power, right, you can argue whether it's big power or whatever it might be. But there's two things that go with that. If you see Virgil find a home for some of his big shots on Madrimov and it doesn't actually rock Madrimov, well, that's an indication that it might not have mattered how hard Bud hit Madrimov on that night. It's just a head like a Besser block. However, if Virgil does actually knock him down and Bud couldn't, well, maybe that might be a red flag, depending on which way you look at it.
Right.
So I'm actually taking a little bit of interest into how that fight goes on February 22nd. First of all, I'm loving the fight, right? Whichever way it goes. I don't really care who wins or lose. I'm not invested in either of them. Now, we were talking to Slick yesterday, I think it was. I did a little bit of homework and take a guess, either of you, what Bud's fight night weight was against Madrimov. I looked it up.
Was it 164?
I thought it was like right around 168.
Yeah, 169.8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's basically put on 14 pounds worth of rehydration from 154. So if he comes in heavier, right, I would imagine that he's going to be able to rehydrate a little bit closer to the 168 on fight night, right? So from that perspective, I'm actually not, as long as there's no bullshit rehydration clauses, right, with Canelo and Bud, I'm actually not so worried about the weight difference on the night. What I'm worried about for me is how you feel at 168. Bud hasn't had a chance to acclimate at that weight. Right. The other part of that is I think that my heart's for Bud, but my head's for Canelo, for the way that the fight pans out.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure, DJ. Would you get a thought, Red?
Well, I'm happy. I like what he just said, because I was finna say that before you land the plane, that people gonna realize how gifted Madrimov gonna be depending on how he do with Virgil, because right now everybody that don't know boxing, they look, oh, he only got 10 fights. They thinking that Crawford basically fought a fighter that ain't got no experience, but this man got hundreds of amateur fights. Them cats stay amateurs for years. Some of them guys never go professional. They have a whole career in amateur fights. So you're gonna be able to see how special he is when he fight Virgil, or how special he's not. So that might boost Crawford's resume with Madrimov, depending on how he show out. And then the main thing I'm kind of worried about Crawford, I wonder how his punch resistance is gonna be at 168 with that weight.
Yeah, I'm definitely worried about that for sure. And I said this already. Don't be surprised if Virgil Ortiz gets knocked the fuck out by Madrimov. Don't be surprised.
Right.
I think you had to be extremely cautious in there with Bud Crawford because of the IQ level. And I think Madrimov proved to the world that he does have great IQ. And that's why I would probably give him the edge over Virgil Ortiz, which in my opinion, he's just more of a brawler, right? And it'll be a cerebral match for Madrimov. And we seen with those prior fights, if you went back and studied Madrimov, he's got like this crazy left hand that he likes to throw out of nowhere. You didn't see that versus Bud Crawford. You're probably going to see that versus Virgil Ortiz, and it more than likely, in my opinion, could be the knockout punch or the punch that hurts him a few times to get him to win over Virgil. Fred's back with us, man. Casino, what up, baby?
Man, what's going on, man? I wanted to put my input on the Canelo and Crawford fight.
Hey, well, the boxing kangaroo said you need to put your phone down.
Nah, man. No, I don't even want to get back on that because, like,
we moved on.
Yeah, we agree. It's just, I understand the frustration, and I know people not gonna feel me when I say I understand the frustration because people look at it like just hating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we passed that shit. But
yeah. What's your thoughts though?
man, I think I would me and Slick 50, shout out Slick 50, man. We was talking about this shit, and like I was feeling like this shit damn near a 50-50 fight, depending on how Bud show up. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was Bud, I would show up light. I wouldn't try to goddamn match weight for weight. I would like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would be trying to be as light as I can at that weight class. Like I would be trying to be light as possible so that I can still be light on my feet and stuff like that. And if he can, because the way Canelo been fighting lately, he kind of fight lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't do a lot of work. His work rate ain't really high, but it's effective. And Terrence Crawford got the reach advantage. And I feel like if he can keep him behind that jab and keep him behind a good 1-2 and use his feet, it could be a 50-50 fight. But I don't know how he gonna be able to like carry that weight. And also, you know how Bud like to fight for real. Like Bud like to fight, you know what I'm saying? So he gonna have to stay with the game plan and stay disciplined and not try to like get into no firefight with Canelo at all. And if he do that, it could be a 50-50 fight. But if he get in any kind of fight, it's over.
Yeah, I feel like Crawford needs to. If he can't make Canelo respect his power, it's gonna be a long night because Canelo ain't gonna have nothing. He ain't gonna have nothing to deter him.
Yeah, I mean Canelo got the power to put him to sleep. I mean, I heard a couple people. Like I've heard different people talk about it, and people be saying that Canelo ain't knocked out nobody since Caleb Plant. But Terrence Crawford is a little man compared to that. Like he been punching light heavyweights, and Berlanga was over. Man, Berlanga was big as hell on Fight Night. He was like 190, and he still dropped him.
The cruiserweight.
Yeah, and he dropped him still. So I feel like people misconstruing Canelo true power because they don't realize that he's fighting close to his walk around weight, and he really not that big, bro. Like I feel like when we see these dudes face off, it's gonna look just like how Charlo and Canelo faced off. Like Charlo looked like a bigger dude than Canelo. Terrence Crawford not as big as Charlo, but he taller than Canelo. He got longer arms than Canelo. I just think Canelo, he's just outstanding. Like he's the small dude fighting big guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why the power don't show up. But if you little, I think he can put your lights out in 1 point. So Crawford just got to be careful, and it could be a good fight.
And that goes back. This is what I was saying, man. When the last time Canelo fought somebody this fucking little? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But then I got to go back to the Madrimov fight as well. We can pretend like Bud that was an easy fight for Bud, but it wasn't. It was far from it. It was that unanimous decision was far from an easy win. And now you telling me you gonna climb in there with Canelo when it looked like your face? Tell the story. Them shots from Madrimov hurt, nigga. They touched you up good.
He's strong.
So what are these shots from Canelo's gonna do? So once I see how he handles the power, then I could make a better. You know what I mean? I could get a little bit more of an understanding, but it's hard to see him winning.
You know the thing about that, you saying once you see how he handled the power, but once you be able to see how he handled the power, it's too late to put money on the fight.
Oh, well, I'm putting money on the fight before then.
What you gonna put it on?
I'm putting on Crawford.
You go. I got it. Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah, I told you, man. I'm rooting for Bud, but my money on Canelo. I already got about 700 out there already. So
it depends on what the odds looking like.
Huh?
If the odds heavily in Canelo favor, sometimes I be feeling like it ain't even worth placing a bet because you ain't gonna get too much unless you putting down 10 G's or 20K or something.
Oh well, yeah, that's if you on FanDuel. I'm betting niggas. Now on FanDuel, probably about at least plus. Nah, I think they're gonna give Bud more credit than that, man. I can see Canelo being like plus 550 or something, or minus 550.
like Shakur and Schofield, basically.
Yeah.
How they odds is? Cause they odds crazy too. I think.
I ain't even checked them yet. What's the odds?
Schofield plus 600.
Okay, yeah. I think it'll be something like that because you got to give respect to Bud. He's a 2-time undisputed lineal champion, and a lot of people feel like he can come up here and win. So he's gonna be the underdog, but I don't think the line's gonna be crazy.
Right. See, my thing is Crawford, Wayne. You know, everybody was saying this, you know what I'm saying, about Spence. And I feel like Crawford feels some type of way about Spence because he ain't really get the credit because they dragged the fight out so long. And Spence had all the stuff happen to him because at first everybody saying, oh, if Spence don't run through Crawford, he's too little. Same thing. Then he dominates Spence. And after he dominates Spence, then all the same people that said Spence was gonna whoop him saying, oh, he was hurt. He ain't the same Spence. And we ain't never seen Crawford really be defeated. We seen Canelo. It's a formula out for Canelo. We don't have a formula for Crawford as of right now. He's still an undefeated fighter, you know, and he always surprises you, you know. And Crawford know how to fight a lot of different styles. A lot of cats. It's a reason why a lot of these guys don't fight these Eastern European guys. Like, you know, Victor Postal. Everybody was running from him. Crawford went and handled business with him, and that's probably his best fight he ever had against Victor Postal. As far as defensively, you know, Victor Postal, he did his thing in that fight. And I feel like as far as Madrimov, comparing it with Canelo, like I said, I feel like Canelo is a superior fighter, but I feel like Madrimov has way better footwork. Way better footwork. And you know, them Eastern Europeans know how to turn fighters, man. You know, one move, if he can dodge your punch, next thing you know, you look at he on the side of you. And Crawford do that well too. But the thing is, it comes down to how Crawford, like I said, carry that weight. And like bro said, I would make sure I don't go in there heavy. I go in there kind of light, you know, so he can utilize his jab and, you know, his 4 inches reach. He got a 74-inch arm reach, and Canelo only got a 70. That's a lot of inches to be able to keep somebody off you. But the thing is, do you have the stamina with all that extra weight to be able to dance around Canelo back long and keep him off of you? That's asking a lot.
That would be the reason why he would come in light. But the only thing about coming in lighter just make you more susceptible to a big shot, bro.
Right. You can't absorb as much. Right.
That's your game plan, and that's what you want to do. You want to come in and make sure you light. It just makes you more susceptible to a big shot.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the problem. That's the problem.
It's always a risk.
I want to say this. It ain't nothing Crawford can do. Like, he can come in light, heavy, no matter what. He not gonna be susceptible to that shit. It ain't nothing he can do to make his chin be ready for that shit. There's nothing he can do. He that ain't gonna have nothing to do with
the weight would help just a little bit, but if you come in light, you can't even get that.
It ain't gonna matter, bro. It ain't gonna matter.
Get them little crumbs of help from the weight. Yeah,
man. Listen, bro. If Canelo hit that man, but first of all, people underestimate Canelo's speed. Go look at that punch that he knocked on
Berlanga.
Ooh.
Yeah, go look at that hit that he knocked Berlanga down with, and look how fast that shit was.
Man, I ain't underestimating shit about Canelo, man.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people.
First ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. They both are.
Definitely a Hall of Famer, but sometimes people feel like, well, when people talk about Canelo's skill set, I don't hear a lot of people say speed. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm saying. Like, that's not one of the things people bring up about him. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people be overlooking it. But
that's because people don't think about his hand. They don't go hand speed. They be trying to think about Canelo as a speed overall because he flat-footed, so they don't. But if anybody that really know boxing, they know Canelo has super fast hands. Like you said, that Berlanga punch, man, that was so quick, and that's what I meant when I said Crawford got to watch out for that level change, because that's exactly what he did. He did to him. He didn't lift his arm. He didn't lift his hand up in time to guard his face.
Because the level change froze him. The level change froze him.
Exactly.
And
he thought he was going to the body, so he hunting to get ready to cover his body. And Canelo is a master at that, and he caught him in his jaw, laid him right out. Because Canelo most definitely got power for sure.
But look, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna hop off. If Crawford does pull this shit off, he's the greatest fighter I've seen in my whole life.
Hey,
In
for
my
sure.
whole life. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand you saying that for sure, man. And for me, it puts him up there, man, with the greats. Like you up there and you can't come down, bro. Like
Yeah. Can't
yeah,
nobody
for
tell
sure.
me shit about him because I'm one of those people who don't. I mean, like that Errol Spence shit. He probably would have beat Errol Spence regardless, but
Yeah,
like
he would have.
I think everybody know that Errol won, right? You know what I'm saying?
Even if he was right, bro, he was tailor
Yeah.
made for Bud.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but he wasn't right. I think do you think he was right?
Yeah, because I think he was right because the only reason why I'm gonna tell you I think he was right was because of his performances against Garcia and Ugas afterwards.
Man, I'm looking at his.
That looked
You know what
like
I'm
the
saying? So you
same
didn't look
old
at his
Errol
face.
Spence to me.
He didn't look off.
He looked like he probably was smoking before the fight. That's what he looked like.
That nigga was high, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody told me that the man
He
was
looked
on
high.
painkillers and shit. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't even want to bring that shit up because it sounds like excuses.
Yeah, man, I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's bullshit. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
No, it's not bullshit. It's just what it is. But at the end of the day,
What kind of
Crawford whooped his
bullshit is
ass.
this?
You know, Crawford whooped his
What
ass.
kind of bullshit is this?
I mean,
What kind of bullshit is this?
I don't
see
want to
how
hear that
people,
bullshit.
but it should be funny how people do shit because like when you look at what Tank did to Ryan, people always talk about how he dehydrated him, but then like it's bullshit that
More
Spence was
bullshit.
clearly
What kind of bullshit is
inebriated.
this?
He was inebriated, bro.
Yeah,
But that's why
more
I said if
bullshit.
Crawford could pull this off, he the greatest fighter I done seen.
Ryan
You know what I'm saying?
Garcia wasn't even a whole year removed out of 35, man, and then he fought at 36. I don't want to hear that bullshit. That was more bullshit too. I don't like excuses, man. All of that shit is just excuses.
Yeah, because if he felt that way, he shouldn't have took the fight.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
just
it's not excuses. It's just what it is to me. But I still give Crawford credit for the fight.
yeah. You got to. You got to. He fucked him
But I
up.
still don't feel like Errol
Nobody-
was 100% at the end of the day.
I
You
feel
know,
like
Well, neither was
it's
Crawford.
unfortunate. It's
None of
unfortunate
these
for
niggas is
Crawford.
ever
Let me say it
100%.
this way: it's
never.
unfortunate for
They always
Crawford.
get hurt.
It put it like this: it's unfortunate for Crawford that he wasn't 100%. That's what I'm gonna say because he would have
Why?
whooped his ass anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it
Yeah.
is unfortunate that he gets people take credit away from him a little bit because I mean it's
Accident.
obvious Arrow went right. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up because he you know what I mean? That's fucked up. Arrow, you should have been right. You know what I mean?
You know how I look at it? I feel like it's Spence fault or whoever PBC fault that it dragged out that long for all the stuff can happen to Spence anyway because they should have been fighting years before that. That fight egged on for 4 or 5 years.
You know what's
Yeah.
fucked up is
But he
niggas
went and
looking at
collected all
that
the
fight.
belts though. It'd be different if Arrow went.
The fucked up part about it is niggas is looking at that fight and looking at Arrow and saying, "Oh, he was doped up" or whatever the case may be. But when you actually look at the fight itself, it was Arrow. He do the same shit every fight. That was Arrow pressing the fight, working behind the jab, putting together that little weak ass 1-2 and 1-2-3s, and going to the body. That was Arrow. It was Arrow.
I agree with that. He ain't got no real IQ. He just the thing is, Earl was the same thing that people were saying that say about Haney. Earl was a weight bully for real.
Man, you know, man, look at the fight, man. That's Earl.
Yeah, nah, he definitely was a
I
weight
want you to look at the Spence fight, then go look at the Ugas fight, then go look at the Danny Garcia fight. That was Earl.
The thing is, I think he underestimated Crawford's power. He felt like he was gonna be able to bully Crawford because, like everybody always screaming, Crawford's small. Crawford is super strong, bro, for his size, and he got an excellent his legs. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? His legs. He's sturdy. You know what I'm saying? He wrestles, so he got good balance.
You know what the biggest attribute?
When he tossed Earl's Spence ass off of him, I knew it was over then. When he tossed him off of him,
Yeah, that's why I knew it was over. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I knew it was over. But no Diddy, like you just said, Crawford got big legs, but the biggest attribute he got is his big ass hands.
His hands is mixed. He got the biggest hands in boxing.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I say that him and versus Canelo could be a 50-50 fight because I don't know how effective them hands going. If them hands fuck around and be effective on Canelo, dog, I'm gonna be like, God damn, this is the best fighter I ever seen. You know what I'm
saying? The man did lift over 400 pounds, bro.
It was 500. Yeah.
Hey yo, man, Tank diabolical, bro.
What he do, man?
So he done got into it with Bud, and they say they say, bro, Tank called Bud wife 380 pounds.
Oh, see, Bud gonna hurt him if he catch him.
That's yo.
Cause you know Bud don't play.
Crashing out, bro. Now listen, you don't talk about the kids and the wives, bro.
Man,
Somebody gotta take his phone, bro. Somebody gotta take his phone, bro. Somebody gotta take his phone, bro.
You see how Bud came at Tio? Bud don't play. Bud really one of them dudes for real.
I know you ain't just saying nothing about this man's wife, bro.
He out of pocket, man.
They gotta take his phone, bro.
You didn't say something about the man wife, bro.
Somebody got to check on dude mental health, man, for real, because he crashing out big time, man.
Something ain't right, bro. Something ain't right, bro. I get it. I get the shit talking.
The wall closing in.
You leave the wife and the kids out of it, bro.
And Crawford came respectful. Crawford basically told him, like, man, somebody, because it's the truth. You mad, man, because you got left out. Then he said Crawford said he remembered them times because Crawford PBC left Crawford out to dry for real. There wasn't nobody giving him what he was looking for. That's why he's trying to fight Canelo, because he never got what he deserved through his whole career.
Yeah, bro, you done crossed the line, bro. You don't talk about the wife, man.
Like I said, bro, they gotta take his phone, man. They gotta take his phone. I'm not defending that shit. I don't know.
See,
I don't know what's going on,
man, bro. Now you got to fight the man, bro. You got a dad to be great too. Now and go to meet him at 47.
Man, listen, he ain't finna go see Crawford. He know what time it is.
Nah, he ain't, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Crawford. You know, once you start doing stuff like that with Crawford ain't trying to be in the ring with you.
Yeah, he already said that.
Yeah, Crawford gonna try to see. Crawford gonna try to see you.
Crawford gonna see it, but he's gonna see him. He's gonna go to one of his fights.
Why would you say something about the man? Why would you say something about the man? Why? Let me make sure I'm reading this shit right. Y'all don't laugh at a nigga. I'm old.
And he got a real wife. I'm talking about what I mean by real wife. He got a wife just like any one of us. Like he don't got no goddamn supermodel and shit. Like he got that girl.
Yeah, he got the girl that came out the mud with him.
Yeah. You don't talk about that. He got like 7 kids. All his kids look just like him.
Just like my old lady, man. 25 years. Shout out my wife, man. I love you, babe. 25 years, y'all.
Man, 10 for mine, man. Most definitely love my baby. 10 years strong.
Yeah, hey, man. I'm about to get out here, but yeah, Tank crashing out. You know what I mean? I understand why he crashing out, but at the end of the day, it's still a crash out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to do a little bit more investigating on this shit here.
Somebody got to take his phone, man. Somebody got to take his phone.
All right, man. I got to get the hell out of here.
Salute,
too, man.
I appreciate you, man.
I'll get up with you. When you coming back on? When you doing another live?
Thursday. I'm trying to Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30, big dog.
Say less. I'll be on. Love.
My God. Appreciate you, man. Shout out everybody who came, rocked out with your boy. Shout out the chat, man. All of my usual suspects. 9, DJ, of course. Shout out my guy Slick 50, Punch Talk. Everybody, man. Boxing Kangaroo. Jamari came through. Cooking with Sir Senior. Throwing straight facts, of course. Red, man. Everybody, man. Let Jessica, appreciate the love. Mark Nash TV. And my special guest tonight, Brian Norman Sr. Thank you for coming and hanging out with your boy, man. Thank everybody. Tuesdays, 7:30. Thursdays, 7:30. I'm going to try my best to be here. Thanks again. Smash that like button for your boy. And if you didn't catch the whole show, 3 hours long, man, catch me on the replay, all right? That's all I got for y'all on this one, man. Big T.O. Heavy Bag. I got to get the hell up out of here. Let's get it.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all make sure you go sub up to my man Heavy Bag Boxing, man.
Get your dumb ass in and hit this bag.
The Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all just go ahead and subscribe to Heavy Bag Boxing TV because he be lit on his channel.
And Heavy Bag Boxing.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Yo, shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV. That's my little bro.
Punch Drunk 412 in the building. Shout out to my guy T.O. Heavy Bag Boxing TV. Get your bitch ass in here and hit this bag.
Heavy Bag Boxing, all right? You heard it from me. You heard it here first.
Heavy Bags Boxing. Straight out of Norfolk, baby. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? Shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
You are tuned in to Heavy Bag Boxing. Get your and hit this bag, you.
Shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing. It's the one and only Blazer Flair. Woo!
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Zach, Super Judah, 6-time champion world. I'm giving a big shout out to my home team, Heavy Bag TV. You heard? Keep it live.
This is Showtime Sean Porter, and you are watching Heavy Bag Boxing.